Welcome back to Bastad, Sweden for round 3 of the UIM MotoSurf World Championships. We're starting off right now with the electric challenge. Everybody's getting out here, warming their legs up, their calves, their feet, all the appropriate body parts. We got some people down. He's just practicing his get back up on the board.
Yeah, it looks like Sebastian Lux unfortunately took a dive there in the beginning of the split. He's getting back up momentarily, but we've got Lucas Sahorski, of course, in the first place position. I do believe Michael Ular, his teammate, is in the second. We've got Jano from Belgium in the third place position. I'm trying to see who's in fourth place. I think it is Fabian. Yes, Fabian, and then Sebastian is in the last place after he unfortunately took a dive.
So if you don't recognize that voice, the other voice here is Anthony Squire, one of our competitors in the stock class, actually running third in the championship right now. So he's going to hop in here and help us do a little bit of announcing. So like you said, in first we got Lucas Sahorski. He's got a huge lead already. One lap in, and he's just stretching the gap out. Now, they missed that one buoy just because the electric boards are heavier and harder to turn.
Due to the increased weight of these boards, they are not as maneuverable as the standard petrol boards. So, you know, our normal boards are 40, 44 pounds. These boards are 75 pounds. So it's a lot more muscle to kind of to move around there. So they're skipping that second to last buoy in the split, going around, making it a little bit easier on them. So, yeah, on the camera, you have Lucas Sahorski again, huge lead. Phenomenal rider, really doing well this weekend. And it looks like still, I think Michael Ular is in the second position. And then Jano is currently in the fourth. So Sebastian looks, I don't believe that is correct on the screen. We will see. But Lucas is going ahead and taking his first long lap. Let's see if Michael Ular decides to follow him or just keep making. Oh, yep, Michael Ular is going to take his long lap as well.
So now with this class, because there's less people, I would assume when you take your long lap is not necessarily.
Definitely not as important. I mean, you look out here right now, they're all split up. These guys are on different, they're racing in different countries right now.
So everybody has kind of a smooth track.
Yeah, a pretty uneventful race, unfortunately, due to only having 5 riders.
Due to Lucas just gapping everyone right off the
bat. We do have the 2 German riders, the teammates. They were just riding together. One's taking the long lap. One's going to come around. Sebastian Lux has gained some ground after that fall, but I think he's going to have to take potentially another joker, depending on how many buoys he missed when he did fall.
Oh, so even if you fall and then miss some, you got to...
You're allowed to miss one if you fall.
Okay.
So it depends on how quickly you get back up and where you get back up.
On screen, we got Jano putting in his laps, riding nice and smooth. He is also a multiple class guy.
Yeah, so he's racing in the Masters class and the electric class. It's definitely pretty tiring. Impressive to see these guys out here doing 2 classes.
Especially the Masters, right? I like to say the Masters, the criteria is being over 40. So it's guys that are close to retirement but still young enough to shred.
Yes. I believe Michael, is Michael not racing in both classes? I can't remember.
I think he is.
Yeah, I believe Michael's also racing in the Masters class. He's currently in the second place position. So this will be a great win for the Rocket Racing team if Lucas is able to secure first and Michael's able to secure second.
On screen, we still got Jano. He is in the third position as far as our timing and scoring goes. And again, with the long laps, sometimes there's a little bit of adjustment at the end.
Yeah, that's Michael Ular on the screen right there going into the split. On the other side of the track, you guys can't see right now, but it is Lucas Sahorski and Jano. They are pretty close, waiting to see if someone's able to make a pass coming up here.
So I think Michael actually might be in the lead right now just as far as long laps go.
Yeah, here we go. We've got Jano and Lucas. Lucas is fighting, trying to pass Jano, but he's not letting it happen. So we'll see if someone takes a long lap or if Lucas is able to make that pass.
He's right on him. He's definitely putting the pressure on.
All right, there we go. Jano's going to go ahead and take his long lap.
He's going to continue on the regular lap.
Lucas is just going to keep getting that free smooth water, gain some more time.
He's got a really good fluid style.
Yeah, it appears that he has fixed his technical issue that he had in one of the previous heats. If anybody that was watching previously saw, he was
He
riding.
had two issues
Yeah,
where
I
it kind
think
of shut
it
off.
happened 3 or 4 times where his board just cut off. He had to pull the key, put it back in. Luckily, he didn't fall. He just slowed down to a stop and was able to control that. So glad to see he's fixed that issue so far.
Michael Ular on the screen, putting in his laps.
Oh, Yano and looks like Sebastian Lux. I don't know if they had an accident, if they contacted each other, or if it was just a fall nonetheless.
Oh, and getting up and getting the place.
Sebastian needs to get up. Yep.
Yep, Sebastian got the position, so see if that moves him up on the track or not.
At least they're making it a little eventful for us.
Yeah, we need some people to fall down there.
Back on Lucas, racing by himself out here. He's got quite the lead.
Yeah, he's looking for everybody. He's like, where are
and
the other guys?
Checkered flag is out. You guys can't see that on the screen, but checkered flag is out. Lucas Sahorski just went ahead, secured that first place for the Sweden Grand Prix. Phenomenal job this weekend.
Here we go. Who do we got coming up next here? Do not see the number on his shorts yet. That is number 2, Sebastian Lux. So he definitely made up some ground.
Yeah, I'm quite confused because Michael Ular was in a very strong second position for most of the race. So I don't know if he missed a buoy and took an extra long lap or if he fell down. We couldn't see most of the track. But, yeah, currently Sebastian Lux is in the second position. But if you look on the screen, it does show Michael Ular in that second place. So, again, these are going to be the provisional results with Sebastian Lux crossing the finish line, Fabian finishing 3rd, Yano 4th, Michael coming in the 5th place. But I do think there's going to be some changes from the judges.
Yeah, definitely always, not always, but a lot of times there are some adjustments as far as penalties and long laps and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've got a little bit to calculate, especially with that incident earlier. Hopefully the riders didn't contact each other. Looks like everyone's okay. But there's probably going to be some disagreements when they roll back into the pits.
So far, they're all given pounds. So our live timing and scoring says Lucas Sahorski comes in 1st, Sebastian Lux 2nd, Fabian Kusch 3rd, Jano Vankersplik 4th, and Michael Ular in 5th. So, yeah, and again, unless there's any changes, that seems to be the finishing order. So.
Here's Lucas showing off some submarine skills here with the board.
That's what I was just going to ask you. What's going on here?
He's just showing off his control.
So there you go. And that, I'd assume learning that is probably helpful when you do have a key issue or something in your
Yes, I
board.
mean, balance is key. It's like watching a guy on a bicycle. The slower you go, the more impressive it is just because your balance. And now he's I guess he fell. Now he's back up on the board, but he had a 38-second gap between 1st and 2nd place. That's a very impressive ride. Again, he's 6-time world champion for the elite class, so it's kind of a no-brainer that he's going to come out here and dominate the electric class, especially with only 4 other competitors that are double his age.
Yeah, that's for sure. So here we go. We got the people on the shore. It's filling up now for the finals. Everybody out here enjoying the weather. You can see we have a slight breeze, nothing crazy. Weather's, temperature is just about perfect. So
yeah, it has warmed up nicely. I was worried yesterday with the forecast. I thought we were going to wake up to some bad weather, some rain, wind. It's actually been a very calm day. The sun has started to come out, and almost no wind. There's a couple gusts here and there, but definitely not like last year.
No, and water-wise, you need kind of like a consistent wind for it to actually start to create waves.
Yeah, we fortunately don't have any big waves rolling in right now, so this is pretty ideal conditions for everybody.
So Bastad, Sweden, if you didn't know, is called the Riviera of Sweden, and I see why now. It's a great vacation spot. Most of the Swedes come down here to celebrate summer. Walking distance from our venue right here, there's tons of shops. There's gelato.
Lots of good gelato, lots of good restaurants. The hotel, the Skanskin, that a lot of racers are staying at, is a phenomenal. I think it's a 4-star hotel. Amazing breakfast. The rooms are very nice. They have lots of different options as far as smaller rooms, bigger rooms, apartments, villas, and the spa with the rooftop pool.
What?
Rooftop pool with the Infinity Edge. That is the place to be.
Did you get a Swedish massage?
I have not gotten a Swedish massage.
We're both messing up here.
Yeah. I got a massage, not a Swedish massage.
It was just in Sweden.
Yeah.
So it's also known here for tennis. Did you know that?
Yes, so the Nordic Open has been here for quite a long time. That's what this area is famous for. So really cool that they allow us, quite a different sport here, motorized surfing versus tennis. So some of them love us, some of them aren't too fond of us being here making a ruckus.
They really dropped their standards for this event.
That is true. Yeah. They let in the hooligans, we'll say.
That's right. Yeah, they have one of the stops of the ATP World Tour here, and they actually get over 20,000 people come to this city for the event. And right across the street, they have the biggest tennis complex in Sweden with the most courts. So that's pretty cool. It's awesome being here. The city is super clean.
Yes, it is very nice. And the cobblestone roads, it's a very picturesque little town, fishing village vibe to it. So very small, very quiet, peaceful. So glad that we are able to be here.
That's why we're here during the week, so we don't upset the people on the weekend.
Yeah, it was very, very busy Saturday, Sunday. We were here for about a week beforehand on the race, and definitely Saturday, Sunday, this place is packed.
So did you just flew right here from another event?
So I flew to Copenhagen from the States, and then we came here for 2 days, and then we actually drove with the Sweden MotoSurf team to Norway. We went to the Arendal Water Festival in Norway, where they did some aqua bike racing. They did some boat racing for juniors and adults and different twin motors, single motors. So that was really cool. They invited us to do a show, a jet surf show for the event. So really cool. We got to sit at the VIP tables, have a couple drinks and some food, show off the boards, do a little bit of riding. A lot of them really enjoyed it because, a lot of these countries are going green, not liking motors, but Arendal, they were all about the two-strokes. They were loving it. So hopefully we get some more Norway riders. Obviously, they have a very short riding season, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
But Czech is big in this, and you wouldn't assume that they have a very long riding season either.
Yeah, kind of Middle Eastern Europe, they don't have as good of a riding season as us in the States, but they brave the cold. They're a bit more used to it, so they're normally out there early spring, late fall, in wetsuits, riding around, training all the time. So since the factory is in Czech and close to Brno, they get a lot of riding time in.
So you actually got to come over and travel around in Europe a little bit. How was that?
It's been great. I've gotten to, I think I've raced in about 11 different countries so far in the past 3 years. Got to see a lot of different European countries. I've even stayed with a lot of these European racers. They're, very friendly, very, very nice to hang out with, and very open. So I've traveled to a few countries with them, stayed with them, and they've shown me the local areas, which has been an amazing time.
That's the best, is getting a local guide to tell you what you're supposed to eat. I like to ask, I'm like, what am I supposed to eat here?
Yes. Yeah, I say don't give me the tourist food. I want the authentic, traditional
and
food.
then they go, well, what do you want with it? I want it exactly how you would have it. Yeah. What's the side that you would have?
Yeah, I want to order something I can't pronounce.
Yeah. So here we got, rolling out onto the course, the junior boys for their final. Right on screen, we have number 6, Mikolas Kostelecký. And again, I was pumped about this little guy. He is small but fierce.
He is a ripper, that is for sure. Awesome and very impressive to see him out here racing.
Yeah, everybody's about a foot taller than him, and he just doesn't care at all.
Yeah, him and his brother out there racing. Really cool to see that family vibe, especially with his dad racing in Masters class. They're all very talented riders. So definitely the apple did not fall far from the tree.
No. And I was saying earlier, you know, when you have two kids like that, the younger one usually ends up being the prodigy because he's just trying to keep up with the older brother, who's a couple years ahead. Mm-hmm. So they start doing stuff and progressing faster.
So I think they're all warmed up. Let's see if they start getting lined up here. They need to remember they need to conserve some energy.
They're little kids. They don't need to conserve energy. They're fine.
This is true.
They were probably running around at the pits and during lunch break.
They're all hyped up on that ice cream. So in the previous heats, it was a guy and girl races that we had. It was a mix. But for the finals, we put them back into all boys and all girls separate races. Make it a little bit more fair and fun for them. You know, battle between, you know, the bros. So we'll see how they do.
On screen, we got Sebastian Kostelecký, the older brother of the Kostelecký
That
group.
is Schneider right now on the screen there. He is waiting for everyone to get in formation. We still have some riders going around the track, getting warmed up. But yeah, so Lucas, there's Kostelecký. There we go.
So you got number 1, Lucas Schneider. Number 2, Sebastian Kostelecký. Number 3, Adam Kohler. Number 3, Leo Kratochvil. All right, that was helpful for sure.
Hey, it takes a while to get used to. I understand.
Ryder Swangawan, Mikolas Kostelecký, Oliver Wolf, and Maximilian Herska is our boys junior class.
Yep, so these guys are lining up. It's not looking too bad right now. We'll see if they get the flag up. Green flag is currently up. Let's see. Flag is down. Let's see a launch. All right, some delayed reactions there by some of the kids. Now you'll notice again the smallest ones have the best launch. Again, unfortunately, Ryder, he's just a big 15-year-old. He doesn't have as good of a launch because he's double the weight of some of these guys. But looks like Lucas Schneider was able to keep that first position. Sebastian Kostelecký still in the second. They went split left and right.
Very close. We're going to have to see how they come out here.
Oh, we've got Ryder, unfortunately, in the water. Coming out of the split, Lucas is holding that first place. Sebastian is right on his tail. Impressive lead.
I thought for sure Kostelecký was going to come out there at least right next to him.
It was a close one, but he does have that outside line, so Lucas was able to kind of close him out with that inside.
Maybe some of the reason people are going left there on that.
Yeah, some people are preferring that because, yeah, it's easier. You know, if you have that inside line, it's harder for that person on the right to take it from you.
Yeah, they got to get it quite a bit ahead of you by the time.
It's a game of chicken. So, yeah, I mean, the top three are doing great right now. Lucas, Sebastian, and then Adam Kohler in the third place. And then about 2 buoys behind. It looks like we have Leo doing a good job. He's signaling he's going to go ahead and take his long lap. I think he should have maybe just waited. He had a good open track there. So, looks like Sebastian's little brother is going to go ahead and try and make up some time here in the split.
Let's see. Oh, same gap there.
Yeah. Sebastian is just waiting for a mistake from Lucas.
Unfortunately for him, Lucas not making a lot of mistakes.
Nope. But Sebastian's doing a good job staying up in that whitewater. You know, he's just sitting there waiting. Probably studying to see if there's any opportunity and seeing if there's a weak spot.
If you're Sebastian, are you going to follow him through the long lanes? Or?
No, I'm sure Sebastian will be smart enough to not follow Lucas through the long lap. He will continue the track. Or if Lucas doesn't take it now, I think Sebastian will. Let's see. Nope. Interesting. I thought he'd go ahead and get that free track. We do have a rider going to the long lap.
I think that's Adam Kohler.
That might be. It's a smart move. He may come out behind Ryder, unfortunately, but I think he'll be able to make up. All right, we do have a rider in the water. Let's see, number 7. Looks like Oliver Wolf, unfortunately, made a dive in the split. Hopefully he can get back up quickly. All right, that worked out very well from Adam Kohler. He ended up coming out of the long lap behind Ryder, but Ryder took his long lap, so now Oliver has free track, and he should be able to chase these guys down as long as he doesn't make a mistake.
So far, so good. Staying nice and consistent here. And of course, on the screen, we got Lucas Schneider. Now we've got
Adam Kohler again. Yep.
Adam Kohler.
Yeah, Lucas and Sebastian are still battling it out back there. It looks like Sebastian's given a little bit more. I really thought he would have taken the time and just try to gain some ground because he is on his tail. He's not, Lucas isn't pulling away from him.
And I think that's why he's just trying to at least know where he is in reference to
All right,
the
here's
leader.
a close one. You'll see the long lap right here. We've got Adam Kohler and Sebastian Kostelecký. All right, Sebastian's able to hold that position. Adam is now stuck back there as we started. First place, second place, third place.
Sebastian really hung that buoy tight when he was coming in behind him. I think probably just make sure there was no room in there.
They're doing a great job to the split. Very impressive.
So the junior class goes up to 15. After 15, once you turn 16, you got to move up into
rookies.
Stock. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
stock rookie.
Yeah, so rookies is 16, 17 for the boys. The women can, at the age of 16, go to women's class. We do have a rider in the water in the long lap. It looks like Ryder, I believe. So trying to focus and see who's. We still have Lucas, getting chased by Sebastian, not able to make any ground here.
So the next long lap is going to be interesting to see if he continues this strategy or if he
So
breaks
here
up.
you see Lucas, he is going to the long lap. Sebastian is not. So Sebastian is going to use this time to try and make some ground because Lucas is stuck behind a slower rider in the long lap. So that's a very, I think, a poor time to take it.
Right.
And hopefully Sebastian is able to take advantage of this mistake on Lucas's part. But also, Lucas is now stuck behind 2 riders as well. So both are going to have a little bit of a time, but Lucas should be able to pass this guy in the split. Let's see what happens.
There you go. Yep, went opposite.
Yep. On the screen, you can see Sebastian Kostelecký stuck behind Oliver. Maximilian. Yep, stuck behind Maximilian. Maximilian was able to
He let him go.
let him pass. He understands that this guy is fighting for first. So great to see these kids again being respectful to other riders.
Here you go. More joining up after the split there.
Now Lucas is trying to make a pass on, I believe, Oliver Wolf there.
Yep, that's exactly.
Again, this is why I say it's so important for that long lap to time it to where you don't get stuck behind a slower rider than yourself.
And again, there are enough guys in this class where it is, more of a
bit more traffic.
Yeah. So it's a bit more strategy to try to use that long lane.
I definitely think this was a big mistake on Lucas's part. Sebastian's going to be able to make that time.
Yeah, he's definitely getting held up.
So yeah, if you currently look, Sebastian has popped back out. He just did his second long lap, and he is in front. So Lucas is now taking his long lap.
But that was like a full lap of him being held up.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can lose a solid 5 seconds being stuck behind someone like that, especially once they're getting tired. So that is a big unfortunate move for Lucas, but we'll see if he can bring it back. We've got the
checkered flag out.
Flag is out, I guess. So Sebastian Kostelecký came in the first place. Here we go. That's Oliver Wolf and Adam Kohler. I don't think that will be the actual standings. I think Adam Kohler is coming third. We've got 8 Maximilian crossing the field. Again, I think he was getting lapped, so he will not be in that third place. On the screen now, the other Kostelecký and then Lucas Schneider there. So it's looking like it's going to be Sebastian Kostelecký in the first place, with then Adam Kohler second, and then Lucas Schneider in the third place. Really hate to see that he had that mistake for the long lap, and that really cost him the the podium.
Yeah, for sure. And this is where it all counts. You've been here all week, basically, for this final race. Do they get 2 finals?
No, we only do 1 final. Last year we used to do 2. We've now changed that to 1 final.
So here's your finishing order so far. It is Sebastian Kostelecký, Adam Kohler, Mikolas Kostelecký. The little guy made it up into 3rd. Lucas Schneider, Leo.
Kratterswil.
Damn, he says it so good. Ryder Swangon, Oliver Wolf, and Maximilian Herska for the junior boys. Now, that is a good class, but the next one, I know our 2 top riders here have been doing great all year and really battling for it. Kristina Herbakova and Laura Markova.
Yeah, and then Rosie in the 3rd place from Poland. She's been doing great. She, I believe she got 1st or 2nd place in the Saudi race we had a few weeks ago. So she's also a very talented rider. I do think these girls are actually almost more aggressive than these junior boys. So going to be cool to see them out there. We only have 7. I think we had 8 in the previous. So we'll wait for those girls to get out here. I think we got a couple minutes.
So yeah, you can see all the people gathering there. There you go, a little bit of cloud cover, but it's basically just keeping the temperature down a tiny bit, but you know, not like totally overcast, no rain. So, and the wind is basically holding off. There's a slight breeze, and that's it. There you go. There's all of our spectators over there, hanging out, watching the race. Probably have a friend in the race, maybe.
Yeah, you can watch those flags and see it's just a little gusty, not much at all. So hopefully it continues like this. Everybody will have a good, smooth race. We were worried about the wind picking up later this afternoon, but I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah, it seems okay so far. We also want to say that we are going to be on Brinks TV. So that is a streaming platform for mainly motorsports and stuff, and we're very happy to have them come on to the MotoSurf World Championship Series and give a little bit more exposure to the races and the racers. And they also put their money where their mouth was and sponsored the series. And the main class here, the elite class, they are now competing for the Brinks Cup. So that's the Ultimate Championship, the Ultimate World Championship in MotoSurf. So we're very excited about that. The riders are excited about that. And yeah, hopefully that gets all the riders and stuff more exposure and helps grow the sport. And we've been talking about, you know, motorsports in general. And as far as motorsports are concerned, the danger level on this one is way down versus, say, motocross or maybe even jet skis.
Oh, for sure. I honestly think racing sit-down jet skis is more dangerous than racing motorcycles, at least on a road course. Now dirt bikes and motocross is a completely different story.
Oh, you're just hanging me out there.
I mean, you case 100, 150-foot jump is a bad day, but you know, I've watched the guys race aqua bike at 9 miles an hour on the water with a 1,000-pound ski, and it's impressive to see. I think you probably have more adrenaline than that than when I go back and race the motorcycles on track.
Yeah, there's actually a new motocross kid, Julian Beaumer, and he was a jet ski racer and had a factory ride and everything. Left that to race motocross. And he even said that the things were getting so fast, that's why he swapped.
Yeah, I mean, it's gnarly what these stand-ups and the sit-downs will do. I mean, you got stand-up jet skis now doing 80 miles an hour on the water. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, and the water becomes concrete when you're going that fast.
You skip quite hard. And again, you get ridden over. That's the biggest thing. You're on a motocross track. It's a little easier to see a rider down than when you're going 80 miles an hour.
And there's just a helmet sticking out of the water.
Yeah, generally, you can see the color, whereas when you're floating out here in the water, especially with the whitewash, you can't see. So it's very impressive to see those guys racing aqua bikes and the sit-down skis. I think that's the P1. So any minute now, these girls should be popping out.
They're probably doing their makeup or whatever.
They're on the
Is that
screen. You
what's
can
going
see probably. You can see on the screen a lot of the watchers. Some of those are actually racers that are gonna come watch and go out and race shortly, or that's the parents of these juniors.
And then we have some officials here,
Yes.
I guess, marking down any missed buoys or.
Yeah, they're watching the beginning of the split. They're watching the long lap. So without them, we would not have an official race. So I want to give a great shout out to all the guys. I always try to say thank you to them for everything they do when it comes to the safety marshals on the jet skis, the judges, all the guys sitting, taking notes, and then the mechanics in the pits and the parc fermé. Without them, we wouldn't have boards that were working. We would have issues and issues. So without them, we would not have a race. So really appreciative of all they do. And, they work way harder than us because they're out here all day. And then, also the TV crew, phenomenal job. I know it doesn't stop here. Lots of editing to do. So
Again, like you, I don't have to edit anything, so they do the hard job. I'm just showing up talking.
yeah, I don't know how you got the short end of the stick, but
No, a lot of fun out here. I'm just excited to be in Sweden, to tell you the truth. I have been to Europe a very, very little bit, and so far Sweden has been awesome. Everybody's been really nice. Like we said, city's clean, and lots to do and see around here. So I'm glad all these people found the time to come down here and watch some MotoSurf. Again, on the Riviera of Sweden, which sounds more like it should be a river, but I also don't know what Riviera actually means. So
it's just a fancy word for a place on the water.
okay, we'll do it. We'll go with that. We just Americanized that.
Yep.
So hopefully everybody's good back there. And so the mechanics you were talking about, are they the series provides mechanics?
So basically, since, as you can tell, all these boards are jet surfs, it is a jet surf factory service team that comes out here to help. So they come straight from the factory with plenty of factory parts, and they're here to, they're sometimes rebuilding motors, rebuilding jet pumps, fixing cracks and holes, binding issues, retuning software if needed. So they're here for anything and everything, and we greatly appreciate that because, again, I've had a few friends out here with, they needed to replace a jet pump or, piston rings going bad, and they just have to get something done. So a lot of us that fly in here, I don't come here with spare parts. It's impossible.
And tools.
Yeah, so I come here with the minimal tools, almost no spare parts. So really lucky that we have them here at these races. It takes them, about 15, 16 hours to drive here from Czech. So they get long drive, then a ferry, then a short drive. So really appreciate them. And they start before us and then after us because everyone's always, hey, can you do this? Can you do this?
Yeah.
I need help with this. So.
And they're just on call over there, right? If anybody has issues during the day, they got to jump right on it and get it turned around before the next moto.
Yeah, you take your board over there, and you hope that there's not one or two boards already they're getting worked on, and you go ahead and they'll get you taken care of. And later on, you just take them a beer or two and hope for the best.
There you go.
And we got some people waving to the camera over there. It looks like we got Linda Lukescheider. We've got Annetta right there. Her boyfriend is taking a picture. And now, as they did that, we're panning away.
So there you go. Got the ladies out here.
Looks like Laura's out first to practice, and Christina's on the other side. Nice, smooth water for these girls right now. It's going to quickly change once they all get out here.
Warming up the calves and the feet and the ankles. Try not to wear them out, just warm them up.
Yep.
Yeah, the technical help has got to be a great advantage here because I've definitely been at some events and had some issues, and then it's like extra stressful trying to figure out what's going on and worry about your race at the same time.
Yes.
So hopefully these ladies get their lap in, and then we can get them lined up
Yeah, they're continuing to practice. So just want to touch back to the electric race. I've got the official results here. So Lucas did take first, Sebastian Lux in second, Fabian Kusch from Germany as well, third place, Jano from Belgium, fourth place, and then Michael Ular, who had a strong start with the second place, but he missed 2 buoys. So because of that penalty, that put him back, unfortunately. So we've got that for the electric, and then let's go over the juniors boys. Let's see here. So, yes, Sebastian Kostelecký, definitely first place. Adam Kolar, able to get a strong second. Mikolas Kostelecký got third place. So, great to see both brothers there on the podium. Really impressed to see that. Lucas Schneider, unfortunately, he led most of that race.
Yeah.
But he actually ended up missing a buoy, so he did have to take another long lap. So, due to that, he got the fourth place. And then fifth place goes to Ryder from the U.S. And then we have Leo, got sixth place. Leo Kratusfield from Austria got sixth place. Oliver Wolf from Czech, seventh place. Maximilian Hruska from Czech Republic, also eighth place position. So just wanted to give you guys an update on those preliminary / official results. I don't think anything will change, but that is what we've been sent in the group chat. So girls are out there circling around, waiting for the lineup to start. Are we missing one? It looks like there's only 6 out there. It looks like we are missing a girl, unless she's decided not to race.
Yeah, we have 7 on our list here. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, so we're definitely missing somebody.
Yeah, I'm not the best at counting, but it does appear like we're missing one.
We have girls in the lineup right now.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It looks like Sarah is up there. Maybe has an issue. She's trying to fix her helmet or something. I'm not too sure.
They're definitely looping her back around.
I think maybe the other rider just decided not to to ride, unfortunately.
Hopefully
I know one had
okay.
an injury, but it wasn't. I don't believe it was anything serious.
Yeah, when they collided in one of their heats yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look at number-wise. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 are there.
Yes, and then fifth is also out there, Sarah from Slovakia. She's there, and then let's see, is that number 6 or 7 that we're missing? I think we're missing number 7, Isabella.
All right, well, hopefully everything's good with her and just, bailed out of it for her own reasons. Yep,
Green flag is up. Let's see. Looks like a pretty good start. Nope, circle around. I think the girls were a little split. Or are they doing red? Oh, okay.
Whoa.
That was pretty delayed there.
Yeah.
But it looks like Rosie had a phenomenal start there.
But stayed outside.
Yeah, so Rosie went from third to first. Great start. No, red flag. That's what I thought. They didn't drop the flag. It was a no start. So
that's why Rosie's like, what?
Yeah, Rosie's going to be mad. But I'm sure it was, some of these girls realized it wasn't getting dropped. The flag wasn't being dropped. It was getting put away. But it's one of those things when you're racing, no matter what, I tell people all the time, just go.
Yeah, you'll always get flagged in, right?
Yeah.
But if you hesitate and then it ends up
you can't go complain, rather go and then get a red flag instead of not going and then hating yourself.
Yeah, and fighting the whole race.
All right.
So here we go. Let's see if they can get out there far enough so that they got a nice straight line to make the formation for the start. So once again, which she doesn't have her arm up at oh yeah, she does, just on the other side. Kristina Herbkova, she is the top qualifier, so she is first. I wanted to say gate pick, but that's not really pertaining to this. She is the pole position.
Correct, yes.
Can we say that?
It works for me. She's number 1, that's all I know.
She's number 1 in the race so far. So yeah, now you see why qualifying is so detrimental, because it is on an angle and you're towards the inside, so it's definitely very beneficial to be in the number 1 position.
All right, looks like one of the marshals was telling some of the girls in front to, I think, either stick closer or maybe spread out. Couldn't tell. They didn't look too far off.
1 to 2 seemed like a little bit of a gap.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Number 6 is really staying back there. They could move up a lot, but maybe they just feel safer in the back. Watch all the hecticness
Hoping
happen
people run into each other, and then
yeah. Sometimes it's best to be in closer to the back. You watch everybody, and people they fall, they make mistakes, and you're able to take advantage of that loss.
She also, Natalie Ularova, looks to be one of the smaller ladies as well. So maybe that's
Yeah. Probably younger, maybe intimidated with the older girls. Let's see,
exactly.
they're lined up, not looking the best, but the green flag is up. Green flag is down. Let's see these girls launch. Oh my goodness, number 4 had a phenomenal start.
Let's see if she can get inside and kind of secure
Rosie,
it there.
unfortunately, went from 3rd to 5th. It looks like she's able to hold that inside line, sticking back to 4th. Again, Christina in the 1st place, Laura in the 2nd. Let's see who takes which split. We got Christina going to the left split. Okay, Laura's going to follow her. Rosie is taking the right, hoping she can make a pass on one of the other 2 riders.
It's good. She gets a clear bit of real estate there.
They both went wide there, 2nd and 3rd. So it's going to be a fight coming out. Looks like Rosie might have it.
Oh,
yes, Rosie was able to make a pass. Oh, it's going to be close with Laura and Sarah. Oh, goodness. Ooh.
Oh.
Yep, okay, so
that was a good save.
Coming through the first half lap, we have Christina in quite a good 1st place position. Rosie able to make up some time and get into 2nd place. Laura on the Rocket Racing team is in the 3rd place, with then Sarah from Slovakia in 4th place. And I'm going to assume that 5th place is Barbara.
It's probably a good assumption.
Yes, and we do have a rider down in the water, unfortunately. Rider number 6, Natalie. She fell in the split, but she's back up and riding. Good to see. On the TV now, you see the top 4 riders entering into the split, with Christina a good probably 2 buoy lead right now. Rosie and Laura are going to fight through together on the split left and right, going a little wide. Hopefully they can bring it back. Oh, it's going to be a close one again, but I think Rosie's going to still have it.
Right on the screen, we got number 2, Laura Markova, trying to chase down Rosie. Oh, that was a good save there by Laura.
Yeah, the girls are just getting a little bit more spread out now.
And again, we have not seen any long laps yet.
Correct. I don't believe I've seen one either. But we do have Christina coming up close. She's 2.5 buoys behind the last rider. But the last rider is going to take their long lap, so I'm sure Christina's just going to keep trotting along.
Getting real close to the buoys, keeping her lines tight.
So Laura has raised her hand. She's going to take her long lap. Sarah's going to chase after 1st and 2nd, Christina and Rosie. On the screen, you've got Christina going through the 2nd to last buoy, about to cross the start gate again. Oh, we have a rider in the water, unfortunately. Rosie from Poland was in the right split, hit the buoy and went down. So Sarah from Slovakia was able to take up that place and get 2nd position.
That's a bummer for Rosie, because she had made some good moves.
Yes, very unfortunate to see that. Hopefully she can make up for that. Not too sure. Another rider in the water here on the left side of the split. Rider 6, Natalie again, I believe. Rider number 4 slowing down, raising the hand, going through the split. Great job there. On the screen, you've got Sarah. She's currently in the 2nd place. Great job. She started 5th, so great job going from 5th to 2nd place right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of positions made up in MotoSurf.
Yep. So she's going to go ahead and take her her first long lap. I don't think Christina's taken one yet.
I don't think so either.
But she has a really good lead right now. So hopefully she just keeps going. I'm sure she'll take one on this next lap.
Yeah, because we are running out of laps for them to...
On the TV now, Sarah's going through her long lap. You can see her coming around. She's got a lot of open track. Looks like all the riders are pretty well split. Laura's coming right behind Sarah, but she's going to take her long lap. Oh, no, Rosie fell again in the split. This is not good.
She is up pretty quick.
Yeah, she gets up pretty quick. Just hate to see her down again, you know.
Is kind of staying down a bit there.
Yeah, she needs to
I
hurry
wonder
up
if
and
she
get
has
up.
an issue
No, I think she's just waiting till it was straight because it's very hard to stand in the split.
during those turns. Yeah.
Yep. So we just had Christina make a pass on the lapped rider. So again, on the screen, you've got Sarah still in second place, doing a phenomenal job. Her brother's racing the stock class. Timotej Zubor did a phenomenal time last year, and he's doing pretty well this season as well. One of my main competitors.
Another family of MotoSurf racers,
Correct.
which is really cool. It's cool to see, you know, multiple family members out here having fun.
Oh, yeah. So Christina is still in first place. She just took her long lap. She has one left, I believe. Sarah is chasing her down. Rosie is taking her other long lap. On the screen, going through the split, and there. Oh, now we have Christina on the TV, first place. There's Sarah again, strong second place. About 4 buoys behind Christina, but a very good lead against third and fourth place.
And she moved up from 5th to 2nd.
Yes, in the split here, we have Rosie, Natalie, and Laura. Laura is, okay, the Natalie unfortunately fell. Laura was able to make a pass there. Let's see, who's on the TV now? We've got number 4, we've got Barbara. Barbara's looking pretty good out there, pretty consistent. I don't think she's been in the water. So, you know, sometimes, you know, steady ride, you come out good.
Yep, you got to be there.
So Christina and Sarah both taking their long laps, their last ones. Looks like Sarah is unfortunately going to get stuck behind Barbara. Oh, no, Barbara is going to take her long lap. So Sarah's going to be back to having free track, chasing down Christina, but I don't think there's a way that she can make up that time because checker flag is out and Christina is exiting the split and has 2 buoys left.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got to be getting close to the end because they're only doing 6 laps, so.
Correct. So it looks like Christina is going to pass the finish line with the first place. Very excited. Great to see that. So she's passing. We've got Sarah on the screen coming to the second to last buoy. Fist bumping already. She knows she's got that podium victory coming across. Let's see. Awesome to see that.
Yeah. It's really cool seeing people be excited for their finishes.
Correct. And there we have
number
Laura coming across third place, our final podium champion. On the TV now, you have Barbara exiting the split. I think she will be in fourth place now, unless there's any penalties to be had, but I don't believe so. Pretty safe rider there. Didn't see any issues from her.
No, very consistent.
Yeah, and then there's Rosie. She unfortunately had to take an extra joker lap or 2 due to her falls, but she's not happy, unfortunately. Hate to see it, but it's racing. You know, some days are better than others. But she came into that 5th place. We've got Natalie back in the water in the split. She's getting back up and finishing the race. Great to see her still out here, you know, trying and pushing, and I'm sure another year or 2 and she's going to be dominating the field.
Yeah, exactly. A couple more inches and a little more experience, and I bet she'll be doing just fine. Well, there you go. Last rider of the junior girls class.
So great to see them there. I unfortunately have to go race, so we have a special guest here. I believe his name is Lucas Sahorski. He's been riding a little bit this year, not doing too bad. He's the owner of some team, not a very famous team. They seem to be doing all right, but I'm going to leave you guys here. You guys enjoy the time with Lucas. He's a bit hard to understand, but you guys enjoy.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us, Anthony. And yeah, go warm up for your race here. We don't want any excuses. So what's up, Lucas? How are you doing?
Hello, hello. Nice to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm enjoying MotoSurf and Sweden.
Yes. How has it been so far?
Awesome.
Awesome. Like the Sweden or MotoSurf?
Both, yeah.
Both.
Yes.
Glad to hear. Glad to hear.
Yeah. So where are you from? The Czech Republic?
I'm from Czech Republic, and I've been racing on the board for actually I think second longest time here on the starting grid. So this week I'm racing in the electric class, so I've already been on the water. Yeah, and it went well. So now I'm ready to watch the guys from our team racing.
So you are one of the owners of Rocket Racing?
Yes, yes, yes. So basically, Rocket Racing is my team, which I started like 2 years ago, and I put in a team some young talents from all over the world. So we got riders from Thailand, South Korea, Czech Republic, and yeah, they're racing in most of the classes. We have riders basically in every class except junior boys, which saw earlier. Now actually one rider from our team, Laura Markova, finished third, so I was just watching her, and then I came here to exchange for Anthony, who's gonna race in a while. And yeah, everything's been happening great this week so far, so I hope our team will do a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been commenting because all of your riders have really good technique and style. And I'm like, somebody must be teaching all these people well.
Yeah, basically most of the elite class riders that you see, which is the highest class we'll see at the end of the day, I've trained them. We were training together when they were like young kids, so 12, 13 years old, and you can really see that they are riding like I used to ride or how I'm riding right now. So yeah, everybody's been always saying that it's like 10 Lucases on the water.
Yeah, yeah. Having a good mentor is definitely a huge part of it. And with your own experience of not only training but competing, then I'm sure that your experience is invaluable for your riders.
Yeah, I'm always trying to help everyone in the paddock and especially our team. So yes, I share with them my knowledge. I give them tips on strategies, on the racing style, racing line, how to behave after a start, what to do in unexpected situations, and also we do the unpleasant part where we have to deal with the protests and difficult moments on the track where it's a tough times for the riders because obviously when you have some accidents or you have some missed buoy penalties and these things, it's really racing out of the track, but it's also part of motorsport. So
Yeah.
basically, I try to help them with everything I can.
Yeah, and just being able to deal with those, setbacks and not letting it ruin the rest of your day is, very important.
Also, yes, the racing is mostly like a physically demanding, but also it's a psychological thing. So you have to keep your head straight and looking for just the next buoy, as we say, and focus on your line and try to prove that you are the one that should win. So we are also trying to help the kids mostly with them because obviously for them to deal with troubles it's more
Yeah.
difficult than for the adults. So right now in the juniors, this this weekend in particular, we had some setbacks, and I'm happy we overcome them, and it ended up in a podium for Laura. So it was a nice race to watch.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long so you started Rocket Racing 2 years ago. Were you involved in developing any of the boards or anything? Or?
Basically, I was Jet Surf, like the main producer of the motorized surfboards that are racing in the World Championship, is based in Czech Republic, nearby a place where I live. So I've been working in factory for 3 years.
Okay.
I finished there like last year, and yes, I was working on several projects. One of the most beautiful, I would say, was the project of green fuels for combustion engines, where we basically adapted MotoSurf for biological biofuels or e-fuels, or we call them uh, sustainable liquids, which means these are the fuels that you can use and you are not hurting environment in any way. So basically, you're still running with combustion engine. You are still producing emissions, but during the procedure where the fuels are made, you consume the emissions of the gases which are unhealthy for the environment. So the cycle of these gases is neutral. So basically, you are not hurting the environment, as I said. So that was a nice project, and I believe that the World Games in 1 year will be happening on these alternative sustainable fuels or fluids. So yeah, I was happy to be involved in this because it's a step forward. Obviously, most of the motorsports are aiming towards some climate neutrality.
Hmm.
Formula One, MotoGP, and MotoSurfing is trying to do the same thing. And for us, it's much more important because I can tell personally to you that racing on electric board, which is like 8 kilos heavier than the combustion model, it's much more difficult because you need an agile board, light board, which can turn fastly. And with the electric, it's not just possible because of the weight. So for us, it's really the way forward.
As far as the green fuels, I was talking to somebody, I don't remember who it was, but they said that the motors are actually faster with it.
Depends. It really depends on the composition of these fuels. Most of the alternative fuels are based on alcohol fuels.
Okay.
So the alcohols usually give more horsepower to the engine, if I say it in a very simple way. So it will all depend on the composition of these fuels. But yeah, you are right. It can give a little bit more power.
And just a little, you got to mess with the mapping or something to.
Exactly. But that's in certain classes it's not possible. For example, in this class that we are going to watch master class, they got open specifications on the board. So as long as they can stay within the rules for the board technical inspection, they can do whatever they want with that. So for these guys it could be an issue, but the other classes, stock classes, women class, they have stock boards, which means they should not be modified or cannot be modified, otherwise they will be penalized. For them it won't be an issue because it will be the manufacturer's responsibility.
Right, well that's, so then you would guys, or the manufacturer would set all the motors up to run in accordance with the green fuel.
Exactly.
So the competitors themselves can't adjust anything. They'll just get the specs from the factory already adjusted for the green fuel.
Exactly. As it is right now, well, in the stock classes, they cannot touch anything on the board.
That's good. I wouldn't want to have to work on anything anyway.
Well, it makes, for most of the riders, it makes the racing much more pleasant because you can only focus on the racing side,
Right.
and mostly when you get like riders or competitors which are very, like performance-wise close to each other,
Right.
They can only complain on their racing skills, not on the board.
Right,
Because that was
exactly.
the issue we were facing a few years ago, that they were always complaining on the, engine power.
This
and
guy's
some things.
faster.
Yeah, exactly. That his board is faster, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And now they only can complain about their technical riding skills. So that's a good thing.
So the Masters class is an unlimited class, but I can't help but to notice these boards don't sound like the ones in the elite class.
Exactly. So you have to consider that master class is a class for riders over the age of 40. So these are most of the riders are actually dads of the juniors and,
Yeah.
and young riders that are here, and they are just trying to have a nice weekend with them. So they are not really into modifying the boards. But I would say the top 5 that rides here has got a little bit of modifications.
But it doesn't sound like the elites.
No,
when
no,
they
of
come out, you
course.
can clearly hear a difference as soon
Yeah,
as they pull
exactly.
out.
The elite boards, I used to ride in elite for like 10 years, where I gained my 6 world championship titles. We were doing lots of things to the boards because every small thing counts on the
Right.
track, mostly in the qualification, and you need to have a great qualification in order to win the race weekends.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot. Once they get, which they're going out to set up for their starting formation, I believe. But being number 1 in the final in that starting formation is huge.
It's a huge advantage. Like, it basically gives you pole position and a huge probability that you will be the first to the first corner. So that's basically what you're working on for the first 2 days during the
Yeah.
racing. You try to win the qualification, then you try to win the heats, and that will give you the first starting place in the finals, which means that basically you decide where the lineup is going to form. You are the first to start, and in the end you are probably the first to reach the first buoy in the track, which is a huge advantage. All right. Let's go through the list, right? Because I have got a rider there that is from our team, and he is actually the leader, as we've been talking about. His name is Kim Down. He's from South Korea, and this guy is racing in 2 classes. He's racing in master class, but also in stock class. So then it's Kostelecký Zdeněk, Czech guy, Stěviček Jiří, Czech also, Kozoň Roman, Torres Martin. Then we got the Polish rider, Arkadiusz Janora. His daughter was racing a while ago. And Uhlar Michal, Czech Republic, Matoušek Ivan, Czech Republic, Anthony Mestroni from Canada, Luke Sebastian from Germany, Louč Karadek from Czech Republic, and in the end from Belgium, Jano Varkersblick. So they are lining up. This is actually a very difficult part for all of the riders because you need to have a precise lineup. You see, they're forming the V shape, and no one should be in front of the rider in front of them. We'll see if they'll get it started.
Doesn't look like it.
No, they're going to make one more turn. One more turn around.
So yeah, everybody has to be lined up correctly for the official there on his jet ski to give them the green flag to go. But again, whoever's in the pole position or wearing the #1 shorts to the inside and the front of the V, it's a huge, huge advantage going into that first turn. Not only first, but all the way to the inside.
Yeah, you're really right, because we used to have a start from the shore where you got like starting blocks and they are all in one line, and there really the first place is not a huge advantage, but here it's a massive difference. And what's even worse is if you are starting in a second row, which is the riders from 7th to 12th place, they are behind, and it's not like in car racing or motorbike racing where you get a slipstream behind the car in front of you. Here you get something called whitewash, which is a place where you don't want to be. You see that white mixed water behind the board. You don't want to stay there because it just slows your board very, very much and you lose all the speed. All right, let's see the start. The green flag is up.
Let's see. They give them the go.
Yeah, and it's race been started. So we're heading into the first corner. Down Kim holds the first position. Behind him, Zdeněk Kostelecký goes on the outside. On the inside goes Jiří Šťovíček. Down Kim stays on the first place. Zdeněk Kostelecký takes the second. So the start was pretty perfect without no falls. You see, these are experienced riders. Oh, there's Kozoň Roman coming from the outside on Jiří Šťovíček. Where's he going to go? Oh, now they had to really quickly decide on the sides of the split. Down Kim is leading with a comfortable lead. Zdeněk Kostelecký right behind him. And there is Roman Kozoň. We will see who will get first out of the split section. Down Kim goes first. Second goes Zdeněk Kostelecký. Now it's going to be Jiří Šťovíček or Roman Kozoň. Šťovíček takes third. Kozoň goes on fourth, but there is a battle between Arkadiusz Janora and Kozoň Roman, and Arkadiusz Janora loses one place and goes behind Roman Kozoň on 5th place.
Down Kim already has a pretty good lead first lap.
So basically Down Kim is racing in stock class, so he's got twice as work to do than other riders, but on the other hand he gets twice as much training. So
yeah. As long as you're in shape, then the extra riding time is fine.
Yeah, right. So
which he seems to be in great shape.
Yeah, exactly. He's in great shape. He's been training a lot. He always discusses with me technical things about his board, about his racing style. He's very, very into it because he wants to win the master class, but he also wants to win the stock class. So it's a huge challenge for him, and here we can see him leading the race.
It's really cool that somebody that's in the master class, so over 40, is also winning the stock class.
Exactly. Like, I mean, he's just 40. So I mean, like, he turned 40 like a few months ago. So he's one of the youngest riders in the class. Oh, and there's a fall in the water. Jiří Šťovíček, now we can see it goes to the water from the 3rd place. That's going to cost him a few places. He gets back on the board, but I think he's going to be 6th or 7th. Oh, what a huge loss for Jiří Šťovíček. So we can see a change in the order, which will be displayed pretty soon. For the viewers, just to let them know, the guy on the 3rd place will go down because of a rider's mistake.
Hopefully he can make up some spots here by using these long lap.
Exactly. The long laps are a huge strategic opportunity for everybody. It can really change the race. A little bit messes up the viewing point for the viewer because it gets a little bit confused.
It's hard with the timing.
It's hard with the timing. But now we can see Kozoň Roman on the video. He is being placed on 3rd position currently. On 4th place behind him is Martin Tvers from Apex Pilots team. That's another of the big teams here. They got, I think, 7 or 8 riders in several classes.
Jano was down in the split, and Zadnek had to go kind of around him.
Yeah. But basically, when you see a rider in water in front of you, you are allowed to miss the buoy where the rider's at for safety reasons.
Or you have to slow down, you have to let off a little bit.
You have to let off a gas, you have to indicate a turn, you have to raise your hand, and you should not gain any time advantage, which is always a very discutable point. Because
it's the same way with motocross. It's when you go off the track, what do we do exactly to make sure that there's no advantage gained?
Exactly. So it's always a little bit confusing for the riders because it's hard to decide whether the rider gained an advantage or not. Usually
Right.
it is decided by positioning advantage. So if you gain or lose a place, that's the most important. Down Kim currently leading. He's going to overlap few riders pretty soon. Zdeněk Kostelecký still on the second place.
He's keeping him honest this race.
Yeah. I mean, Zdeněk is holding very nice on down. They've been performing incredibly. I think they got over 20-second lead on third place, Roman Kozoň. Fourth is still Martin Tvers. And fifth, I believe, is now Anthony Mestroni from Canada.
So if you're Kostelecký, are you following down Kim through the long lap right now?
Depends what is my objective for the race. So if I want to finish comfortably on second place, then I would follow him because I know down Kim is fast. He can, I'm probably not going to overtake him in the splits. But in the same time, I think Zdeněk is really onto it this race, and he could go for a strategic move, and that's it. He now makes it. Oh no, he follows him. All right, I saw down stays in the track, but it's another rider. Well, so yeah, as you asked, he's probably going for second place.
Well, that's, if you have somebody that's typically faster or you're having a hard time, catching and especially passing, I almost feel like a lot of the riders stay behind them just so you can keep contact with them and make sure you're still at least in second.
Exactly, because, again, compared to other motorsports, in wavy conditions, which are right now, it's better to go behind someone because you get a clear water. So now we can see Down Kim leading and Zdeněk Kostelecký behind him, and Down Kim cannot manage to lose him because he goes like 15 meters behind him on a flat water. So that's a huge advantage for the second rider. So on the same time, I think Down Kim knows he's first. He knows his pace. He knows also his lead, and he has one more final to do. So I think he's not going on 100%.
He never seems to get frustrated or, get out of rhythm or anything. He's just very consistent all the time.
Exactly. You're pretty right. So that's what we talked about in the team, that it's better to go like more smoother, don't risk a lot, don't fall, because if you fall you lose a lot of time. So it's always better to keep your feet on the board.
And even trying to push really hard to go faster, once you start to dig your board into the turns, you're losing time. So it really is about being very smooth and keeping perfectly round corners.
Exactly. Smoothness is everything in this kind of racing. So now we can see Down Kim and Zdeněk Kostelecký coming out of their second long lap, so they are done with long laps, and Down Kim goes on the first place. So basically for him, the first place should be secure, because as long as he doesn't miss any buoy or doesn't make any mistake, he's on first place and no one can overtake him with any strategic moves. But Zdeněk Kostelecký is really pushing behind him. I think he would have been able to overtake him if he chose a different strategy, really. It's a bit of shame, but on the other hand, you see, as I said,
he is securing a second.
He is securing second place, so because Roman Kozoň, who is now third, and Arkadiusz are on fifth, fourth is Martin Tvers. We can see them now on the screen. They are not very far away from them. On the other hand, I believe they are still with one long lap to do. So they're going to lose a lot of time there.
Yeah, definitely still going to have some shakeups before this one ends.
Now Down Kim leading with Zdeněk Kostelecký right behind him. I'm really surprised by Zdeněk's pace, because he is doing a great job. I mean, it's a really shame. I would have loved to see the fight between these two coming out of the Joker lap, the long lap. We riders call it Joker lap because we are used to that. But yeah. Oh, now he makes a tactical move. Yeah, he goes to the other side of the split. Whoa, that's going to be interesting. Whoever comes first, is it going to be Down or Kostelecký?
And Kostelecký's to the inside here.
He doesn't make it because there was one rider in front of him who he was overtaking or overlapping.
But for Kostelecký, is he learning the pace right now, where basically he's figuring out the intensity and Down Kim's pace so that maybe he can get acclimated to it for the rest of the series?
I think that could be also a strategy, but I generally think that he is just very satisfied with the second place. that is my opinion. Here they are running right behind each other. I'm expecting Kostelecký to stay behind Down for the rest of the race. I don't expect any strategic moves with another side of split, because the split section where Down Kim went in the last lap is a little bit more difficult. It's not slower, but it needs more of a strength, and you lose a little bit of your performance there. So it's a little bit riskier, I would say.
And the way it even joins, it comes from the outside kind of,
Exactly.
where if you're on this left side, you're like inside of that next buoy.
On the other hand, from the right split, you get more of a speed. So it's also a great thing to carry the speed into the corner. But here we have down Kim crossing the finishing gate. I think there are still a few laps to go. Zdeněk Kostelecký very close.
He's very close.
Very close. And this is going to be interesting because down Kim is just catching a rider who is 1 lap behind him. So if this rider manages somehow to slow down Kim down, he's gonna play a major role in the classment of the first place.
So maybe Kostelecký's plan, may work.
Yeah. I mean, if it stays like this, we'll see now. No, he goes on a longer lap. So he raises his hand, goes on a longer lap. So down Kim has got clear crystal water. Zdeněk Kostelecký following him, and behind him there is just basically no one. I cannot even see them right now on the track who's third, but I believe it's Anthony Mastroni from Canada right there on the screen, followed by Martin Tvers from Apex Pilots. So if Anthony Mastroni manages to maintain this position, that would be a huge success for him. So let's wait for the last few corners of this race. I think we're entering right now last lap with white flag in the air.
Yep.
So this is going to be interesting. Probably first and second place is secure by Down Kim and Zdeněk Kostelecký, but who is going to finish third in this masterclass?
Yeah, I think Kostelecký's just lost a little bit more time, so I don't know if he's going to be able to make a move. But yeah, we're going to see with the long laps and everything how third and fourth play out here.
Exactly. You're very right. I don't think Kostelecký is going to go for some overtaking opportunity. I think he's just going to follow Down Kim to the finishing line. Down Kim is going to soon catch another rider who is 1 lap behind.
On screen, we got number 5, Martin Travers.
Yeah, Down Kim here just doing a last few turns in the race. Kostelecký did a strategic move. He went to the other side of split. And, he's going to be very close behind him, but still not enough.
Yeah.
But that could have been very interesting in the last lap, being overtaken. But no, Down Kim from Rocket Racing from South Korea wins this race in the masterclass. Zdeněk Kostelecký finishes second, and on the third place, I'm not sure who's going to finish on third place, to be honest, right now, because it got all mixed.
There you go. I think you're correct. Looks like Anthony Mastroni right now on camera. So we'll have to see with the long laps and if there are any type of penalties or anything for missed buoys.
Oh, no, Anthony Mastroni fell down to the water. I just see it. That's a huge shame. That's a huge shame. Last lap. But still, I think it is this guy, Roman Kozoň, who's been cruising on the third place in between the riders, 1 lap behind. So Kozoň Roman is probably going to finish on the third place with Jiří Stěvíček on fourth. On the fifth place goes probably Martin Tvers. He's just crossing through the gate in the gold jersey, because I think Anthony Mastroni was 1 lap behind. I think he made some mistake and he fell down, because in the results I see him on the 9th place now. So
yeah, that's a bummer for him.
That's a bummer.
He has had some issues in some races. Even earlier in one of the qualifiers, he was in good position and then fell as well. So,
but he's really into it in the last months. We've been in touch recently, and he's really working on himself. And I mean, he improved a lot from the last race, which was held in Poland. He is in the finals. He is there fighting, and it just takes time before you are able to do 10 laps on 100% with no mistakes at all, with great strategy. It just cannot happen without any miracle for the first time. But we got our podium finishers, which are Down Kim, Kostelecký Zdeněk, and Kozoň Roman. So we got Czech-Asian podium, as usual in this class. Here we can see it.
So here's our finishing order. Down Kim, Zdeněk Kostelecký, Roman Kozoň, Jiří Stěvíček.
That's a nice name for you to say.
Half of these. I'm like, are they back there listening so they can be mad at me for butchering their names?
I think they're good. I think they're good.
Martin Travers, Arkadiusz Janora, Sebastian Lux, Radek Luchka, Anthony Mastroni and Jano Vankersblick.
Yeah, I think you said it right.
All right,
Not
that's
bad.
good.
Not
I
not bad.
Americanized them.
Exactly, exactly. It's hard for them, I think, when they go, for example, to a hotel in America and they need to say their name. They
Yeah.
always have to spell it. Mine's a bit easier. My name is Sahorski, so it spells nicely. But
Yeah, yeah, I
Stovi-
can read some of them. There's some, and just in that one, that last race, no vowels at all. And I'm like, I don't even know how to pronounce this. And then
Yeah.
you guys got stuff over certain letters, and now it sounds totally different than it did before. So I'm like, I'm like, what is that little squiggle? What does that mean?
Well, I wish we could help you with this, but that's just our language, and you are unfortunate that most of the riders are from Czech Republic. All right, so the next final should be held at 3 o'clock exactly. If you excuse me, I will
Yep.
go to see our rider in the Stock R class,
Okay.
which is Jantor Vacharasak from Thailand. I'll just go and wish you all the best of luck to him, and then I'll be right back joining you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you in a couple minutes. So there you go. There's all of our spectators chilling out. That was awesome, getting some insight there from the owner of the Rocket Racing Team. So you see all those boards with the big blue R on them. Those are all of his Rocket Racing riders. I wonder if this lady knows that she's posing for our camera or not. Maybe. Very green. She's very festive. Matches all the hills around here, the green hills. Lots of, we're on the beach, but yet there's like a bunch of farmland around us. It's really nice. It's super pretty here down in town. It's all cobblestone streets and sidewalks. And just walking distance from our venue here, you've got tons of restaurants. I did walk up like 2 blocks away from the beach, and you got a bunch of stores. So that's why they call this the Swedish Riviera. Very big vacation destination for the Swedish people. And it's actually, Bastad, Sweden is known for tennis. If anybody's a tennis fan and watches the ATP World Tour, they actually have a stop here every year. They call it the Swedish Open, although Anthony called it the Nordic Open. So I'm not, I saw Swedish Open on Wikipedia. And we know Wikipedia is never wrong, so it's obviously the Swedish Open. There are 5,000 permanent residents in Bastad, Sweden, until summer, when it doubles from April to September. And I guess the locals are just used to dealing with tourists, would be my guess, because they all seem very friendly when I've gone in any place, and had to order my coffees. Keep bringing up coffee. I love coffee. There's tons of good coffee around here. I've definitely been in the U.S. and not been able to find good coffee. Right now in front of us, you guys, I don't think it's not in the camera. We got a little school of fish. There's just nature all over the place. You still can't see it in the, oh, you can. At the bottom of the water there, the little ripples. School of fish. I also saw a little tiny jellyfish. Did you know that? There's tiny jellyfish here. So as you can see, the wind is pretty good. It's very calm. We're not really getting ripples or waves yet, so that's good for our riders. I'm actually being joined by Martin, one of the organizers of the event. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you here?
Good, good. The weather turned out much better than the forecast said.
We love the change of the forecast. It's a beautiful day here in Boston. It was a little bit of rain in the morning, so we were a little bit afraid waking up and seeing all the rain and seeing all the wind come into this beautiful city, but then the sun rose up, and we are so happy that we have these fantastic conditions for MotoSurf racing.
I think they got the rain over with last night, because I know I was woken up in the middle of the night with a downpour.
There was a little bit of the rain shower over the night, but it seems like we are perfectly set with perfect conditions for the MotoSurf racing coming up this afternoon.
That's right. We're looking at some good races coming up still. We got the Stock R up next, which is the Stock Rookie. So Anthony actually told me that basically you are from what, 16 to 18 is rookie?
They start at the age of 15, so they have a chance to go into the stock car class when they are 15, and they stay there until they are 18, and then they can make their way up to the stock class and race with the adult racers.
So somebody, and I can't remember who it was, but Anthony had said somebody went straight from stock R to elite.
That was Oliver Navarra, because he was, let's say, fast enough, and he pretty much dominated his season, and he won the World Championship title, pretty much sweeping every single GP he raced in, and there was basically no point to make the step, and he went straight to the elite class, and I think he definitely deserves the position to be in the elite class, and I think that he proved his speed in the first races of the season, and he was very close to the podium in Fujairah. Actually, he was I think 5th in the qualification, so he's already leaving a very strong mark in the elite class.
So he's just 18?
He's 16, I think.
Oh, wow. So you don't have to go through the till the you age out. You can just move up.
In this case, he started based on exception, because that's what the rules allow, that in case of the exceptional performance or in case of the exceptional talent.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave him in stock R until he was 18 if he's already basically swept the thing, you know.
Exactly. He also wanted to develop as a racer.
Yeah.
And I think the elite class is definitely, you know, the place to be and to race with the fastest guys in MotoSurf. And I think that we can see that it was a good decision to put Oliver into the elite class.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier when Anthony was here, I was like, you know, sometimes it's better to jump up to the highest level. Before you realize you shouldn't be at that level, you've already gotten acclimated to it, and you're ready to go.
Absolutely, I can sign this.
Yeah,
that's you know, very true, and that's you know, the very logic step and the very logic development of every racer's personality and every racer's level of skills.
and like you're saying, now he's learning from the best of the best. So there's only up to go from there, you know. So he's learning the pace, learning, you know, the strategy with the long laps and everything else.
Exactly, and I think his speed is truly exceptional, and he is also physically very fit, and I think that he's more than ready to compete in the elite class. So let's see how he can do in the finals, but I'm pretty sure that he will do very well.
Yep, so we're about to get rolling here with the stock R race. So we're just going to hang tight here, watch our spectators get ready for the second half of the finals to start here. We got some guys rolling out onto the course.
And we will start with the Merlin Plus Stock R class, which will be led in for the
Welcome to Bastad, Sweden for round number 3 of the UIM MotoSurf Championship. We are just about to get into the Stock R class. Take a look at the countryside here in Bastad, Sweden. It's actually known as the Riviera of Sweden. It is a vacation destination for plenty of Swedish residents. There are actually 5,000 permanent residents in the town here. It doubles during the summer from April to September. Bastad is also known for tennis, but we're not here to do tennis today, are we, Lucas? We're here to race some MotoSurf.
Exactly. We are not here for tennis, neither we are here for paddle. We are here for motorsurfing. So right now you're watching the final race of the Stock R category. Can you tell us a little bit more about this class?
So the R stands for rookie, correct?
Exactly, for rookie, because these guys, they must be younger than 16, I would like to say. I think they are 15, 14, 16 years of age, and R stands for rookies.
And stock, of course, we all know what stock means, but they have rules where basically they're all buying the same, like official engine for their surfboards, and nobody's allowed to modify them. So the racing is really just dependent on your skill.
Exactly. The boards are unmodified. They must be the same. They are very under strict technical regulations, and they cannot touch anything on them unless it's, like the main fins, side fins, bindings, and these things which are adjustable for each rider. So right now we are watching the lining up procedure of the final. Can you get us through the starting list, please? Because you got a list, so you can start.
That's right. We have the list. We're going to go through the start here on Brinks TV, one of our new streaming partners here. For the lineup for Stock R, we have Mike Micheladas. We have
Vacharasek Jantor. I'll help you with that.
Adam Fisek, Fares Ramadan, Dennis Duselek, David Kurchka,
check name. Once again.
Dennis Kulich, and Lorenzo Tanda.
Exactly. In this race, we've got 5 nations. We got Cyprus, Thailand, Czech Republic, Kuwait, and Italy competing against each other with these young boys. Now we are watching the lining procedure. The green flag goes up, and once it goes down, the race will be started. So let's wait. And the race is on. We can see a great start from Jantor Vacharasek on the 2nd place, but from the outside comes Krčka David, yeah, that's right. But Mike Michelides holds on 1st position. Jantor Vacharasek goes large on the 1st corner, and Fares Ramadan squeezes in between. He goes on the inside. Who's going to be there first? And Fares Ramadan takes 2nd place
wow,
from Jantor Vacharasek.
Great
it was intense start, but now Fares Ramadan follows Mike Michelides on 1st place. But Jantor Vacharasek goes to the right side of the split, so maybe he's going to be able to gain the position back. Is he going to be able? Now we go exit of the split, and Fares Ramadan holds on to the 2nd position. Jantor Vacharasek goes on the 3rd, but still he's not giving up. He's very close to Fares Ramadan from Kuwait. And right behind him is Dennis Dusilek. Dennis made a great start. He made 1 position. So that means that Adam Fitzek lost 2 places, and now he's on the 6th place. So yeah, Fares Ramadan made a great start. He overtook Jantor Vacharasek, but still it's Mike Michelides from Cyprus who is leading the race.
Yeah, what a move by Fares. You don't usually see people make up that many positions right in the 1st corner like that.
It was a little bit risky going on the inside because you get the whitewash, which obviously slows you down once you get onto it. But he was really able to hold it all together and overtake. Oh, and we are in the 1st lap, and already 1 rider goes on the long lap. It's Jantor Vacharasek from the 3rd place. I think this is going to be a great tactical move because he knows he's fast. And now he will get on the clear crystal water, so that can give him an opportunity to close up with Fares and Mike on the 1st places. Here we can see that Mike Michelides from Cyprus leading, Fares Ramadan from Kuwait, 2nd place. 3rd place currently belongs to Dennis Dusilek. We'll see that change in the order on the screen in a few minutes.
That's right, because we got one guy go through the long lap, so that's not going to show up on the timing and scoring yet.
That's Jantor Vacharasek, but he's going to be there pretty soon because he is flying like a rocket. Whoa. Because he's from rocket racing.
Yeah. And like you said, he got out into the clear water, so he didn't have to deal with anybody right off of the bat.
Because I think Mike Michelides made a great start, but now he's a little bit slowing down Fares Ramadan because Fares is just behind him. Dennis is also following them. We can see the trio right now. Yeah, there are still. Oh, Dennis goes to the Joker, to the longer lap.
I mean, he was trying to get out of that white water, huh?
Exactly, because again, he knows he's fast. He doesn't want to lose the time behind Mike. We'll see how it plays out for Jantor Vacharasek. Is he going to go in front of Dennis Dusilek? And he's probably not. Dennis Dusilek overtakes Jantor Vacharasek on this buoy. Wow, what a shame for the Thai rider. He lost another place with the tactical move. Oh, I think he must have been slow somewhere in the track, but still Mike Michelides leading. and Fares Ramadan second.
Now we're going to see the strategy as far as the long lap for our first two. Whether or not Fares follows him through the long lap or not.
And now I just need to tell you, it's not on the screen, but Janton Vacharaszak, the rider who's been already on the long lap, has fallen down to the water and has lost some time. So that means his race is probably going to get complicated for him.
Yeah, he's going to have to put the hammer down, huh?
Yeah, he really is gonna, because, and not only him, but also Mike Michaelides, because Fares Ramadan goes on the long lap. So Mike Michaelides is still leading, but he is all alone by himself.
There you go. He just took a look back to see where he was.
And he realizes he's not being followed, so he needs to start pushing, really, because Fares Ramadan and Dennis Ducy, like, they are flying. They are really flying. And right now we could see Dennis Ducy, like, going for his second longer lap. Fares Ramadan has already made one. So this means that Dennis has effectively overtaken Fares Ramadan. So Dennis is flying like a rocket, even though he's not from Rocket Racing. He is representing Hard Racing, which is another team from Czech Republic. He is doing an incredible job. But right now, let's look on the leader, who is still Mike Michaelides. Or no, sorry, I think I'm wrong, because Kačka David is, no, sorry. No, Mike Michaelides is leading. He has just gone to the first long lap. He's heading there right now. Where's he gonna come? Is he gonna come in front of Fares Ramadan or behind him? I think he's gonna make it. Is he gonna make it? That's gonna be very close.
Very close.
Because there's one rider one lap behind. Oh, and Mike Michaelides just squeezes in between these two. But the first guy, he is one lap behind. He should let them pass. He should let Mike pass. Whoa.
We're going to see if he chooses same side of the split.
No, he chooses the same side. That's... Oh, and he goes in the water. What a shame for the...
And you think that's because he got in that white water?
Exactly. He was being too close. He was too close, and that mistake is gonna cost him a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna see how once he passes through timing and scoring, if we get any change here. And again, it's a little bit difficult with the long laps, so that's got to be all factored in.
So Janton Vacharaszak, he has fallen down. Same for Mike Michaelides. So Dennis Dusilek and Fares Ramadan should have an advantage in this point of view.
Dennis is going on his long lap. I believe he just had his hand up, or he's not even on this side of the.
No. I think he was. He was probably awaiting another rider in the water, which I don't know who was. But for me, what matters is that Mike Michaelides is leading. But sorry, I haven't seen Fares Ramadan for a long time now. I think that's...
Dennis Kulic is in the lead as far as our scoring. And again, the long laps have to be taken into consideration. But
so I must excuse myself and mainly excuse Dennis Kulic. He was not one lap behind. He was in the racing order because probably he hasn't done any long laps. So he was leading. He was not obligated to let Mike Michaelides go. Oh, here is Fares Ramadan. Right now I can see him. So Dennis Kulic is now leading with number 7 on his short. He's being followed by Mike Michaelides on the 2nd place, and then I think it's Fares Ramadan who's going to join them on the 3rd place.
We need to see if Dennis goes out for any of his long laps yet.
Yeah.
And these guys have 10 laps, so there's lots of time to make those 2 long laps.
And 10 laps, it's a lot, considering their age. It's not easy, it's very physically demanding, but the racing order is pretty close. So Dennis Kulic 1st, Mike Michaelides 2nd, Dennis Dusilek 3rd. They are right behind each other. We can see Fares Ramadan on 4th. 5th is Kačka David, and 6th is Janton Vacharaszak. I'm looking on the track, I'm not looking on the live timing, so I must pardon the viewers for confusing them. But that's just the way it is, because with the long laps, everything just gets mixed up. But what's important for you is that now you're watching the current leader, who is Fares Ramadan, being very closely followed by Dennis Dusilek. Oh, and Fares goes to the water. Fares Ramadan goes to the water from the 3rd place.
Oh, and he has to do a whole loop there to get back.
Yeah, that's allowed unless you endanger anybody else. This is allowed. So Great
I'm just
stuff.
saying it more time because he ended up being pointed the wrong way.
Yeah,
had
exactly.
to spin back
it's,
around.
it's the only option you have, better than just turning the engine off, turn the board manually, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, these riders are young but experienced. So currently watching the leading duo, Mike Michaelides and Denis Dusilek. I must tell you, Mike has been training for past 2 weeks in Czech Republic, main training place, Hradec Králové.
Awesome. Oh,
What
no.
a shape. Denis Dusilek goes to the water, but he just gets on the board right back. He doesn't lose any position. What a great move by Denis. We could see him that he has fallen down, but he is back on the board like nothing happened.
Mike knows it now. He took a look back behind him and saw that he's got a little bit of a gap. So, and he already did his 2 long laps,
Exactly.
so.
Same goes for Fares Ramadan, who is now going to come from the Joker with.
Oh no, Mike's got an issue.
No, Mike's board just stopped, and it's not going.
Ah.
It's not going. Oh, we can see that he's just fallen down. What a shame for the cyber rider. Oh.
There you go. He got it fired up, but definitely.
Whoa! So as long as I'm concerned, the only rider who still hasn't fallen down is Krčka David. So he should get in the lead very soon.
On our screen, Ramadan Fares. And now we got Denis Dulic and the name I can't say, Vadatura.
Well, let's just call them with their surnames, so that's easier for you, I think. So right now, I think the leader is Denis Dusilek, being followed by Fares Ramadan, but Denis has got a huge advantage. I would say at least 10 or 15 second advantage. On the third place, it's a bit confusing, but I think it's Denis Kulik. Fourth goes Jantor Vachurasak. Here you can see Fares Ramadan in the split.
Vachurasak.
Vachurasak, exactly.
There we go.
Vachurasak.
I got to listen to you so I can get it correctly.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, and Jantor Vachurasak has got a strategic opportunity. Is he going to overtake Denis Kulik? That's going to be very close. We cannot see it on the screen. We are watching the leader, but yeah, now we can see that Jantor Vachurasak is fighting with Denis Kulik. He goes. Oh, he's pushing. Oh, whoa, whoa, he's risking everything. He throws everything he has at him. He tries to overtake him. What a
You can see
move.
he's trying to stay just inside of the whitewash line.
That's so risky. That's so risky, this kind of pushing. But what else you want to do? I think we are 2 laps to go.
He's going to have to wait for the split and try to choose the opposite
there
side.
you will have the opportunity to overtake him. So first is still Denis Dusilek, second is Fares Ramadan, third is Kulik Denis, and fourth is Jantor Vachurasak. But he's just behind Denis Kulik. Is Denis going to hold it all together?
He needs to be close enough going into the split so that way he can try to get
Fares
around
Ramadan goes to the last long lap and he falls there. Denis Kulik moves to the long lap as well. So Jantor Vachurasak effectively got on the second place without doing anything. He's being followed by Krčka David on the third place currently. The order just changed everything because of the long lap, so the guys saved it for the last moments. And if nothing happens, I think it's going to be Ty Rider who gets the second place, because there's another rider with number 8, but Tanda Lorenzo is 1 lap behind, so second place will belong to Jantor Vachurasak from Thailand, who fell down. I mean, incredible work by the Thai rider.
A lot of action in this one.
Third finish is Krčka David. This was a race full of action. Now we can see the change in the order.
It's funny, you can see how much more intense everybody is, because in the heats there wasn't this much moving around.
Nothing. Here it's everything, because you replay for a podium. Fourth will finish Fares Ramadan, being very sad about his result. Mike Michaelides, after leading the whole race, loses it in the last lap with that joker lap, with long lap move. I mean, on MotoSurfing race, you never know who's going to win.
You never know.
It's like gambling. I mean, if we were betting, I'm sure that would be very, very interesting.
That's what we need to get, some kind of betting involved, and then we can make bets on who's going to win.
So the final results. Denis Dusilek from Czech Republic taking the victory here in Bostad. Jantor Vachurasak second, Krčka David third. This is our podium in the Stock R class in Swedish Grand Prix of MotoSurf World Championship.
And Denis had a 30-second lead.
I mean, he did incredible job. I was speaking with Denis earlier, just, wishing him all the best. I told him, look, you are so fast. Just make sure you don't fall. And I think he listened to that.
Yeah.
because yeah, he didn't fall, and like I mean, he did a little bit, but he fell for like 2 seconds, and then he was right back on the board. So I wouldn't consider that a mistake. So what an effort from the Czech rider. I think that's his premier victory in this class.
Awesome. That's cool to see somebody progress, get their first win. And yeah, it's always cool when people are excited about how they did. So thank you everybody on Brinks TV for joining us here for the MotoSurf World Championship. We are super excited to have Brinks join the MotoSurf series and not only live stream it, so we're getting out to all you Brinks TV fans, but they also actually, the main class here, the elite class, is now actually called, the championship is actually called the Brinks Cup. So those guys are really excited, and we're very excited to be working with Brinks TV.
And now we are gonna head to the final of the stock class. Not stock R, but stock, which are the unmodified boards. And guys, whatever age, must be over 16 though, otherwise they would be in stock R class. This is a very numbers category, and it's the most intense one, I would say, because all of the guys have a great performance, but they have the same performance board. So it all comes down to the skills of the riders. So what is the starting order of this race?
So wearing shorts number 1, Min-Sung Kim, who is leading this series. Wearing number 2 on his shorts is Damien Kostelecký. With the number 3 shorts, Down Kim. The number 4 shorts, Hassan Bobas. Number 5 shorts, Adam Josinek. Number 6 shorts, Anthony Squire. Number 7 shorts, Jacob Kazan. Number 8 shorts, Jan Travnicek. Number 9 shorts, Timothy Zubor. And then we have some letters. So letter A is Alexander Lanner, who is a Swede. He's riding in his home country. And we also have Ayrton Iboli from Mexico wearing the B shorts. And then with the C shorts, Hannes Huddleberg, who is another Swedish rider. So we actually have 2 Swedish riders here riding their home country race of MotoSurf. On screen we got number 3, Down Kim, who won his qualifying heats earlier. So did Min-Sung Kim. He also won his first. So that's your first 3 guys had the best scores coming out of the qualifiers, and they basically get your first 3 positions. So they're going to be front row towards the inside of the starting grid, which, like we've talked about, is a huge, huge advantage here. And especially in this class where the boards are all exactly the same, the first 5 guys actually show up without motors, and they pull a number, and then that number corresponds with a box with an engine and the electronics and everything in it. So they don't even know what their motor is when they get here. The factory technicians deal with it and put everything in for them. So it's as evenly matched as it can get. So here we go. We're in the starting formation. We're going to see if the officials give them the green flag, if they're happy with the spacing. I've given up guessing whether they're going to start the race or not, because I have been wrong probably 50% of the time. I'm going to say this is good. How about this? I'm going to say we're good. They're going to give him the flag. The flag is up right now. Let's see if he drops it. To go. The suspense. Uh-oh. Nope. See? I said they were going to start it. I was wrong again. Wrong again. So we're going to send everybody back there, line them back up, and the rider with the number 1 shorts, Min-Sung Kim, he's going to be towards the inside. So everybody, once they qualify and get into the finals, they get so they have their qualifying laps for time. That gives them their number shorts that they're going to wear for their heats, and then how they qualified going into the main is going to give them their numbered shorts for the main. So I realize sometimes shorts are a little bit hard to see, but we will try and keep you informed on what number everybody's running. So like I said, Mi-sung Kim, he actually is the defending world champion in this class, and he has been doing amazing so far this year as well and leading the points.
You're right. Mi-sung Kim is the world champion defending his title in front of Kadlec Damian and Kim Down on the second and third place. Down Kim is actually also world champion in the stock class from 2021 season. But he's already in one race in the master class, so let's see if he's not exhausted from the race. And yeah, I expect some performance also from Hassan Bobas from Kuwait on the 4th place. And let's not forget the American Squire Anthony on 6th place, who is also a very great rider. But in between them is still Adam Janošek on 5th place. He improved a lot from the first race of the season. So let's see what he can show. Green flag is in the air.
I do have to say this, the Korean riders are both in great shape.
Exactly.
Neither one of them look like they
We got the
faded
race
off.
started, and Down Kim is being closed in the middle. Oh, by the 4th rider and the 2nd. Who is that? Hassan Bobas closed down Kim, and he's going to overtake him from the outside. Whoa, what a brave move from the Kuwaiti rider. I expected something a little bit less intense. Kim lost two places. Whoa, there's a carnage. A guy misses a buoy. Anthony Squire misses one buoy, so he's going to have to do another long lap. Kim Min-sung is comfortably leading. Hassan Bobas is on the 2nd place. Kim Down on 3rd. But who's going to come out of the split first? Is it going to be Bobas or Janošek? Janošek gets on the 3rd place. Kim Down goes on the 4th. 5th goes Damian Kadlec. 6th goes Anthony Squire. 7th is Jakub Kozoň. Whoa, that was very intense start. That was very intense start. We can see Anthony Squire almost missing the gate. Oh, and Jakub Kozoň is overtaking him there. So he goes on the 6th place. What a bad start for Anthony Squire. I mean, that's going to be very unfortunate race for him.
Yeah, he was a bit to the outside there. So.
Whoa, he lost one place here. He missed one buoy. He's going to have to make 3 long laps. We'll see if he makes them. Because in the end, he could still comply that there was not any space. You will have to leave the space all the time. Whoa, that was very intense start. We can see Mi-sung Kim with a comfortable lead. Hassan Bobas, who has made 2 places at the start, is being placed on the 2nd position. 3rd is Adam Janošek. 4th is Kim Down. And then 5th was Kadlec Damian, but he goes on a long lap in the 1st lap, followed by Jakub Kozoň and Ayrton Eboli and Timothée Jubor. Lots of riders go on the long lap in the 1st lap.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess because everybody's so tight, maybe they're trying to spread themselves out. In the lead, we got number 1, Mi-sung Kim. In 2nd, we have number 5, Adam Janošek, as far as they run right now. And of course, it's going to have to be adjusted with the long laps as well.
Yeah, I think the order right now, which we can see, is mostly right on the first 4 places, because these guys didn't go. Now we can see it. 5th is Squire Anthony. That's actually right now, because these guys still didn't do any long lap, but we are in the 1st lap of 10. I mean, 2nd lap of 10. And already lots of tactical moves by some riders.
On screen, we got Hassan Bobas. Now we just switched to Mi-sung Kim, who is our leader. He has not taken any long laps either, huh?
No, he is just pushing everything he can. He tries to make as much time he can on Hassan Bobas on 2nd place, who is struggling in the split. Adam Janošek goes into the water in the split. What a shame. What a shame for the Czech rider. Down Kim is getting 1 position up, and Janošek stays in the water. He loses places after places. What a shame for a Czech rider.
And you can see, I think people are having issues because the water has gotten much rougher than it was earlier.
Yeah, it's wavy because we got 12 riders, 12 men competing on the water. The conditions aren't easy.
On screen, we got number 4, Hassan Bobas, and Down Kim battling it out.
We can see Down Kim has got better pace than Bobas right now. He's pushing on him, but still he stays behind. It's very hard to overtake in the track. I believe only in the elite class we could see such things happening.
So we're, again, with these 2 guys, the long lap strategy is going to come into play.
Exactly. Now we can see Mi-sung Kim taking his 1st long lap. Is Bobas going to follow him? Yes, Bobas follows him, and Kim Down gets on the 1st place without any long laps. So now he's in the lead, and he needs to start pushing if he wants to get in front of Bobas at the end of his long lap.
Kim Down's wearing the number 3 shorts.
Yeah.
And here with the number 1, we got Mi-sung Kim.
Mi-sung Kim joins the field on the incredible 3rd place. I mean, he's done 1 long lap, and he stays on the 3rd. That's a very impressive performance from this South Korean rider. On 4th is now Damian Kadlec, and on 5th is Hassan Bobas. So we can see Bobas has lost 1 place against Damian Kadlec. Damian Kadlec made 1 position up. What a great move by Damian Kadlec. You can see his tactical choice to go to long lap in the 1st lap was worth it.
Yeah, it seems to be paying off for him right now.
Look at that order right now. Kim Down is leading. Squire Anthony is second, but these first two still haven't done any run to the long lap. So that's going to be
And
interesting.
it's debatable whether Anthony will have to do an extra one or get penalized for missing a buoy.
As I know Anthony, I think he's still going to do another one.
Who just went down there?
That's Min Sung Kim.
Number 1, Min Sung Kim just had, I don't know if he had a board issue or what happened, but he's in the water.
I didn't see it. It was in the middle.
Yeah, it didn't look like he really
And he
fell
loses
over.
a place. He loses a place. And Down Kim will go behind him or in front of him. Down Kim goes behind Min Sung Kim. But Kadlec Damian gets on the first place.
Min Sung is taking is this his second long lap?
Exactly, second long lap, followed by Hassan Babas also taking his second long lap. So we can see currently Damian Kadlec leading, followed by Kim Down. On the second place here we got Damian Kadlec from Czech Republic leading the race with one long lap.
Wearing the number 2 shorts.
Exactly, followed by number 3 shorts, Kim Down. But wait a minute, Squire Anthony, I almost forgot about him. He is still leading the race.
But he needs to go and take his long lap.
Exactly, he needs to do that. And I believe that will place him a little bit back in the order. So let's see where Anthony will get.
He is holding off and waiting towards the end of the race here to take his...
I think so. Which is not a bad strategy. But I think now he's going to go there. He goes on the long lap. So now we will see great battle between Min Sung Kim and most of the riders. Where is gonna...
Oh, Anthony got a little squirrely out there with the number 6 shorts on his long lap. We join back over here with Min Sung Kim with the number 1 shorts.
Now we can see with number 2 shorts, Damian Kadlec being placed on second place, followed by Kim Down. Damian Kadlec maintains the first position. Kim Down goes out of the long lap, but he just squeezes right behind Min Sung Kim. So Min Sung Kim, even though he fell down from the board, he still holds the 3rd position. Squire Anthony is leading. Damian Kadlec is on the 2nd. Min Sung Kim is on the 3rd. 4th is Down Kim. But let's not forget, Anthony Squire has got still one long lap to do, at least one long lap, because we still don't know whether he's going to take the 3rd long lap because of that missed buoy.
Right, and whether they decide to penalize him or not.
That's all going to come down after the race, I think, because Anthony is, in my opinion, not going to make 3 long laps. He's going to argue about that.
So here we go on screen. We got the number 1 shorts of Min Sung Kim.
Currently on the 3rd place. Kadlec Damian is on 2nd, and the leader is Squire Anthony. They're really close to each other. But let's not forget, Squire Anthony has still one long lap to do,
Looks
and
like
I think he's going to do it
yeah.
right now.
That would be, no.
No, he stays in the track. Same goes for Damian Kadlec and Min Sung Kim. Also for Kim Down, who has already two long laps. So yeah, the order is same as on the screen. And the distance between the 2nd or between the 1st and 5th is very, very small. They are like 10 to 15 meters behind each other. Now we can see Anthony Squire leading.
With Damian right behind him. So when he goes for that long lap, he's for sure going to get passed by Damian.
Exactly. Damian is faster than Anthony. You can see that he's being very close. But on the other hand, Damian knows he's got 2 long laps. So if there's no one with a different strategy that made long laps very early in the race, he's not going to get overtaken. So I think that could be a very, very nice information for Damian if he could know that. But I think he's just trying to push behind Anthony Squire.
Yeah, Anthony does have 1 more long lap. Let's see if
he goes there.
Go.
He raises the hand and he goes there for the long lap. He is going there right now, which means Damian Kadlec takes the lead, followed by Min Sung Kim. 4th is now Hassan Bobas. Where is Down Kim? Down Kim was behind Min Sung, but it looks like he fell down and he lost a place, and he's gonna get overtaken also by Anthony Squire. What a shame for the Korean rider, for the winner of the Masterclass final.
Wow. Yep, right now in the lead, on screen we have number 2, Damian Kadlec, and right behind him is Min Sung Kim.
Min Sung Kim, followed by...
There you go. They just made the... Squire is in 3rd now after taking his 2nd long lap.
I think on 4th is number 4, Hassan Bobas. It plays very nicely now for Damian. Now, as I said before, he knows he's done 2 long laps. Same goes for Min Sung. and they both know they cannot get overtaken, so they just need to bring it home. That's all that matters right now for Damien. But as I know Damien, he is a very risky driver. He never stops on pushing. So
Well, he can't right now because he's got Ming Sung right behind him.
that's
so
pretty right.
he'd
But
better.
as I said before, it's very hard to overtake in tracks, so he could just really, ride comfortably, just watching up for the gap between him and the second place Min Sung Kim.
And make sure he just pushes through the split where Min Sung would have a chance to
Exactly.
maybe get by.
We are 2 laps to go in the stock class finals. Or no, sorry, this is last lap. My
lap,
mistake.
yep.
My mistake. Last lap.
So last lap with the number 2 shorts, we have Damon Kostelecký. In second with the number 1 shorts, we have Min Sung Kim. In third with the number 4 shorts, we have Hassan Bobas. And in fourth with the number 7 shorts, we have Jacob Kazan. Anthony Squire got shuffled back to 5th place wearing the number 6 shorts.
Kadlec Damian, followed by Min Sung Kim. There's a nice distance between them. So for Kadlec, this should be very easy to bring it home. But let's not forget, this
He
is
actually
the last
stretched
section.
it out a little bit there on that last lap.
A little bit. Now there's a rider in the water, so Kadlec Damian slows down, misses one buoy. He made it absolutely correctly. He didn't make anything that would look obvious that he would have to be penalized for inappropriate riding. And Kadlec Damian crosses the finish line and wins this race. What an effort from the Czech rider. Second finishes Min Sung Kim from South Korea. And who's going to finish third? Is it going to be Hassan Bobas from Kuwait or Jakub Kozoň from Czech Republic? They are fighting at the end of the split, but that's Bobas
Bobas with
who
the number
takes
4.
the 3rd place. Even though he's numbered 4, he takes the 3rd place, and he's going to be excited about that. Look at that. Kuwaiti rider takes the 3rd place. Final step on the podium. 4th goes to Czech Republic, to Jakub Kozoň. 5th place will go to Squire Anthony, but that will be still discutable because of that missed buoy at the start. 6th finishes Ayrton Eboli from Apex Pilots. 7 goes Down Kim, and 8th is Timotej Žubor.
Wow, down Kim, he must have gone down again, huh?
He went down twice. I actually saw that. I wasn't commentating that really because we were watching the lead of the race, but he fell twice. He lost the 3rd place, and yeah, I think he was tired after having to do 2 finals.
Yeah, and the other one was only like 2 races prior to that.
Exactly. So he's already done today 40 laps, which is 40 minutes of pure pushing on the water.
You know, and that's hard to the Masters, then the faster class afterwards.
Yeah, I think he's still riding the same board, but still he gets more competitive opponents. So now we can see the podium. Kadlec Damian from Czech Republic, Kim Min Sung from Korea taking 2nd, and Hassan Bobas from Kuwait taking the 3rd place. Very nice effort from all the 3 riders at the top. I think Hassan Bobas really deserved it after that dramatic start where he just managed to get some place on Down Kim. In my opinion, it's still discutable if it wasn't dangerous riding because he was really closing to Down Kim from the side. But I think that was just a racing incident. No one got hurt, no one fell down, so I think no one's going to argue about this one.
There you go, the donuts here being
the viewers.
performed. His celebratory donuts.
You can see Down Kim. Hassan Bobas, look at him, shouting loudly.
All right, guys, we are going to take a very, very short break, and we're going to be back with the women's final. So we'll see you
Look at
then.
that, Hassan Bobas in the water. He's just so excited. Here.
Hello and welcome back Brinks TV to Bastad, Sweden for round number 3 of the UIM MotoSurf World Championships. We are at the finals right now. So the next final up is going to be the women, and we have a great championship shaping up here between our first two ladies, Aliska Matsutsikova and Aneta Staklikova. So those two ladies have been basically dominating all their heats all week leading into the finals. So I'm really excited to see these two go head to head.
Exactly, you are pretty right. So now we're gonna see the championship battle between these two, Eliška Matoušková with shorts number 1 and Aneta Staklikova with shorts number 2. This also means their starting positions. These girls are very close to each other in the championship. There are just few points, 8 points is what Aneta Staklikova is losing on Matoušková in the championship, which means the winner of the race can really gain an advantage, even
So
though...
how many points you get for winning a race?
That's what I wanted to say. This year, the scoring system changed a bit. So it means even though if you win the final, you get the same number of points for the heats. So for the championship, it's actually more important to stay consistent during the all weekend than to just win the final. But for the victory during the race weekend, you need to finish first in this particular race. So it all comes down to these last laps of the final.
So the heat points still go towards the championship?
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly. Everything counts. Like not everything actually. Only the top 3 heats out of the 4 count.
Okay.
So really, there's not a place for an error.
You do have one throwaway with your heats.
Exactly. That's all you get. That's all you get. But if you mess up a final, you lose lots of points. So you don't want to make any major mistake, any technical fault in the final, because that would mean the championship could be over for you, because it's very hard to make points.
Absolutely. And everybody now watching for the first time on Brinks TV, thank you guys for joining us. This is probably the most family-friendly motorsport we got out here. We got tons of fathers, sons, daughters all racing together. So we're really excited for Brinks TV to partner with us to reach a bigger audience. They've also put their money where their mouth is, and the next race after this is going to be the Elites, and that is the pinnacle of MotoSurf, and their championship this year is actually called the Brinks Cup. So those guys are really excited to try and be the first guy to win the Brinks Cup championship.
Exactly, and I think you get the right person to your corner, if I might be a little bit selfish, to help you with the commentary of the Elite class, because I must say, speaking from experience, the Elite class is just something different. But let's not forget that we still got the feminine class to do. Women class final, 9 laps and 2 jokers.
And I keep saying it, but this is a great class. They are there's a lot of action in the women's class, and the first 2 are really tight.
Exactly. Like, I mean, the number 1, number 2 are going to be very close together during each race, and then it's just going to be a big gamble for the 3rd and final step on the podium. You can see number 3 and 4 lining up as well.
So our numbers in the number 1 shorts, we have Eliška Matoušková. In second, with the number 2 shorts, we have Aneta Staklikova. In third, we have Eli Charasarova. With the number 4 shorts, we have Natalie Kachlikova. With the number 5 shorts, we have Marina Navarova. With the number 6 shorts, we have Linda Lukeshire. Number 7, Unjun Lee. Number 8 shorts, Elizabeta Fatova. With the number 9 shorts, we have Alea Flores. With the A shorts, we have Valentina Novotna. The B shorts, we have Aranta Flores. And with the C shorts, we have Emma Strikalova.
From Slovakia, exactly. In this final, we got so many nations: Czech Republic, Mexico, Korea, Slovakia, 4 nations competing against each other. We can see the lineup. That looks like a perfect lineup. You know, the women can do everything so perfectly, even on the water, even on the MotoSurf starting procedure. So let's wait if we get a green flag up and the race will be started.
So every race, we basically got this V formation. All the way to the left front is going to be your number 1, and it's going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 in your first row, and then you get 6 in the second row. And how much of an of an advantage is it to be number 1 or 2 on that grid?
A huge advantage. A huge advantage. I mean, if you are number 1, you get the inside line, you get the first place at the start, and it basically predetermines you to be the first rider to reach the first buoy and start the lap. So it's a huge advantage, but you have to work very hard for that during all week long because, as I mentioned before, the points from the heats count together, and in the end they decide who's going to start on pole position on this race. So this race, it's number 1, Eliška Matoušková from our team, Rocket Racing, the current world champion, trying to defend her title. Behind her is Aneta Sloukalová, last year's runner-up in the finals. Look at them waving into the camera. They can see the drone in front of them that's taking the footage.
Yep,
Thank
number
you very
3,
much.
Ellie was waving at us.
Yeah, thank you for this very impressive footage. You get a very close view on the girls. Look at that. Most of them are riding just in the shorts to have a better look.
Eliška's like, I don't care about the drone. Let's just go.
Let's just go. Yeah, I mean, we will get another round lap
So
before
I think
the
one
start
of the officials was out there messing with one of the buoys. So I think that's what happened with
yeah,
that start.
we're gonna get to let all the viewers know. Now we're gonna get like 5 minutes free time, so you can grab a tea or a coffee or a drink or a popcorn to watch this final, because we need to fix one buoy that is currently missing on the track.
I think
So-
he just swapped it just then, so we might be all right.
Yeah, well, let's wait because the flag marshal's still not ready. He's getting to his position right now.
So there you go. There are marshals. We got 2 guys out there on jet skis, making sure everybody's safe. If anybody has an issue, they will go over there and grab them. Also, they're watching the race, just make sure that, like in this scenario, the starting grid is to their liking, and they
at
make
that.
the
Red
decisions.
lineup, the green flag is in the air.
All right, let's see if they start the race. Come on.
No,
Nope,
one more turnaround.
So far, I'm 50-50 on guessing whether they're going to go or not.
Yeah,
I watched.
I think it was the second line that was having any issues.
Ah,
The first line looked fine to me, but the second, you know, with the flying start, it's always difficult because the judges, they are watching from the side. They see perfectly the lineup. They see it from the drone, and then they just signalize the guy with the flag to start.
Yeah.
And you really cannot complain backwards on the start. So it means if you are not on your right position and the race is on, the race is started, it's basically not your fault. So imagine you are gaining an advantage on the start, you know, you are not on your correct position, you are like in front of the
Right.
rider that should be in front of you. They started, and the rider that lost the place because of this cannot complain. So they really want to make sure that this start is perfect, and that's what they are doing right now.
just making sure everything's fair, and then nobody can complain later.
Exactly. Exactly. This looks very fine to me. Let's see, the green flag is in the air.
Let's see if we get.
And the race is on. The women class final has just started. Eliška Matoušková immediately takes the inside line of the line. Aneta Sloukalová gets very close. Charouzová Eliška goes large at the first corner. Natalia Kachlíková also goes large. Mariana Navarova gets on the inside. Is she going to be able to make some position? Matoušková leading Sloukalová on the second. Number 1 short stays on the first position. Number 2 also on 2. So the first 4 places remain the same. The girls chooses different sides of the split in order to gain some advantage. This is going to be very dramatic. The coming up to the split, Matoušková stays on the first place. Sloukalová is on the second. Who's going to take the third place? Is it going to be Charouzová or Kachlíková? Charouzová takes the third place. Navarová takes fourth, and Kachlíková gets on the 5th place, followed by Engine Lee from South Korea. So the order has changed a little bit. Number 1, Matoušková leading. Number 2, Sloukalová second. Number 3, Charouzová stays on third. 4th goes Mariana Navarova with number 5. So we can see a change in this order. Kachlíková lost 1 place, but nothing is decided yet because we still got 9 laps to go with 2 long laps. So there's plenty of space for strategic moves. Just to let you know, ladder A, Valentina Novotná fell down to the water in the last corner of the split. What a shame for the Czech rider.
Do we think Aneta is going to follow her through the long lap, or is she going to try to make up some time?
I think she's gonna follow her for a few laps, like 3 or 4 laps. That's usually what you do because you wanna
Gap the rest of the
exactly. You wanna
people.
gap the rest of the field, and then you take the tactical move and you go on a long lap. So third still stays Charozová, Eliška with number 3. Fourth, Mariana Navarra with number 5. And fifth is Natalia Kachlíková with number 4.
So 1 and 2, just as they qualified out front, playing a little cat and mouse. The water is getting a little bit rougher for them, so hopefully everybody navigates that.
Yeah, even though these are like light women, the track is getting very wavy. Very wavy, we can see it right now. It's not really visible on the screen, but with our own eyes we can see the tough conditions. Look at that, the girls are very, very close to each other. That's what I've been talking about before. The number 1 and number 2 are going to be fighting till the very end. Number 3, Eliška Charozová, is also following them, but she's losing a little bit of distance on them. Mariana Navarra stays in touch with Eliška Charozová, but still it's not that close as number 1 and number 2. Look at that. Matoušková and Slokalova are very close to each other. But here we can see Eliška Charozová holding on to the third position. Fourth goes Mariana Navarrová. Oh, and she just managed to not fall from the board. First is still Eliška Matoušková, number 1. Second, Aneta Slokalova, number 2. Third, Eliška Charozová, number 3. So thanks, girls, for having this nice order, because 1, 2, 3 stays 1, 2, 3.
It's showing you why they qualified in that position.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, it's not easy to overtake on the track, so we really have to wait for the tactical moves with the joker, with the long laps. I expect the girls to wait a little bit for these moves, because it's just what they do. They want to make sure everything is nice and safe. They don't want to risk too much. So we'll see how it all plays out.
And you might have some insight into what Eliška is thinking.
Yeah, we got a strategy with Eliška. I maybe tell you before after the race. Right now I'm just watching her because Eliška is representing Rocket Racing. She's racing with us on the team, and she's currently leading. We can see that on the screen. Second is still Aneta Slokalova, really chasing her. She's very close. We can see why these two girls are the contenders for the overall championship title.
Followed by number 8, Elizabeta.
Yeah, but Elizabeta is 1 lap behind.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say that, but third is still Charozová, Eliška. Fourth is Mariana Navarrová, and fifth place still belongs to Kachlíková Natalia. These girls haven't made 1 lap. Wait a minute. I'm mistaken. Sorry. Charozová, Eliška fell down, and she lost some time. So Mariana Navarrová will go on third place, and Kachlíková Natalia will go on fourth.
So if you're watching shorts, it's 1, 2, 5, 3, our top order. Let's see if any of the leaders go out on their long lap coming around here. Nope.
No, exactly. We said it correctly.
And Eliška's taking the right side, I guess, just because there was somebody in front of her.
That's gonna be interesting, because the right side, I told you before, it's more riskier. It's not definitely slower, but it's riskier.
Well, there you go. That rider made a mistake, so she may have made a good choice.
She made a good choice. It was worth it. She takes first place, and
oh, just got around her.
yeah, that rider is actually 1 lap behind, so she should let Aneta Slokalova on second place with number 2 go.
Yep, she just was waving her with
she
the
was waving
C
to let her
shorts, Emma Strikalova.
Exactly.
So very good sportsmanship by Emma, letting the leaders get around without incident.
Emma is current junior girls world champion, so nice behavior by her.
She gets it. She's won, and she's probably been held up, so she knows how frustrating that can be. On your screen, number 3, Ellie, running in the number 5 position. Oh, Ellie is in third.
Yeah, she's going to get on third because Mariana Navarrová is behind her on fourth. Fifth is currently Linda Luxscheider. Sixth is Kachlíková Natalia. But these girls have already made a run to the longer lap, so we will see some strategy will be playing out. The results will change. Now on screen we can see Eliška Charozová, current leader, being followed by Aneta Slokalova with number 2. These two girls are just different level. They are flying. They are really a lot ahead of the rest of the field, but they still haven't made a run to the longer lap. So they will get back, but I think it should be enough to hold the lead and the second place.
I think Eliška's waiting until she comes up on some people.
And Eli Charozová goes on the second long lap in the back of the screen.
There you go, out there at the far end. She's going to turn this around this next buoy and start heading back into the normal track.
Exactly.
Let's see where she comes right in behind Eliška, looks like, who with the number 1 shorts, who is going out for a long lap.
Yeah, so now we can see a tactical move. Eliška Matoušková with number 1 goes on the long lap, following Natália Kachlíková with number 4 on her shorts. And Aneta Sloukalová goes on a second behind Eliška Charouzová. But Aneta has still 1 long lap to do.
So your order right now on the screen is Eliška, Aneta, Mariana, Ellie, Linda, Natalie. And that's 1, 2, 5, 3, 6 on the shorts. Number 1 in your screen right now, Eliška, is starting to pull up on some lapped riders. So I'm assuming, my guess would be she would take her long lap now, so that way she doesn't have to actually straight up pass her.
Exactly, we can see some riders letting go the other ones. This is number 2, Sloukalová Aneta, currently holding the first place. And wow, look at that, Mariana Navarova squeezes in front of her and she takes the position from Aneta. But Aneta goes on a longer lap. Whoa, 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 this is going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out after the tactical moves. We can see Eliška Matoušková now coming in the track. Number 2 and number 1 are going to join together in the track. And number 1 gets in front of number 2, Sloukalová Aneta. We can see that now on the screen. Sloukalová Aneta, number 2, stays in the main track. I think we are now watching the current leader with Eliška Matoušková, number 1, going from the longer lap. Yeah, she made the tactical choice to go on the longer lap, but Aneta with number 2 still has got 1 long lap to do. This is Eliška with number 1 on the screen. She has already done 2 runs to the long lap, which means that if nothing goes wrong for her, she just needs to keep on pushing in the main track, in the main course.
And once Aneta goes for her long lap, she should overtake her and get back into first.
We will see, we will see. Eliška now, oh, that was a long turn from her. Aneta Sloukalová right now currently on the screen. At number 2, she is having a comfortable ride with clear water in front of her, I think, or is she being slowed down? No, she's being slowed down from another rider who is 1 lap behind. It's a very, very difficult to decide when to go to long lap, because you can get very easily stuck behind someone slower, and then your race is just collapsing because you cannot do anything on it on the main course.
Go. She's going long lap at the moment.
Sloukalová is going on a long lap. Matoušková Eliška with number 1 is being also stuck behind 1 rider. She cannot overtake her. Wow, this is going to be an intense return, but I think it's going to play down for Aneta Sloukalová because Eliška Matoušková has been slowed down very much. This is going to be very interesting return. Sloukalová Matoušková takes the lead. She goes on the first place. Sloukalová Aneta joins on the second place. What an intense fight from the girls. I couldn't have guessed who would be on the first position because both girls got slowed down because of somebody else, but Eliška Matoušková holds on to the first position. Sloukalová Aneta is currently on the second. Third is Eliška Charouzová. Fourth is Mariana Navarova. And the rest of the field will tell you a little bit later.
Yes, there's a lot going on to try to keep track of. We're entering the last lap here.
No, it's the finish. Oh. It's the finish. Eliška Matoušková wins this race. She has won it.
With the number 1 on her shorts, proving why she qualified number 1. Let's wait and see once they everybody goes through. Let's see if there's any other changes. There you go. Our timing and scoring has just come up with Eliška in first.
On the third place finishes Eliška Charouzová. Fourth goes Mariana Navarova, just crossing to the finishing line. Fifth is going to probably be Linda Schneider. Sixth will be Eli Fajtová. Seventh, Valentina Novotná. Eighth, Natália Kachlíková. 9, Alaya Flores. This is the current order. It's not finished yet, so we cannot be sure if it's going to finish like that, but that's the current standings. Elizabeta Fajtová now crossing the finish line.
Like I said, this is an entertaining class.
Exactly, exactly.
Right down to the end, you know.
Until the very last lap. Whoa, very, very interesting final. Here comes Natália Kachlíková, followed by Alaya Flores from Mexico. And the race is done and dusted. Well done, girls.
Race is done for the women. The finals, we're going to get the final results here. There you go. Eliška from the Czech and Rocket Racing. In first place, Aneta Stelakolova from Czech as well, finishing number 2. Eli Charasova in third. Mariana Navarova, fourth. Fifth, Linda Lukeshire. Sixth, Elisabetta Vatova. Number 7, Natalie Kichlikova. Number 8, Alea Flores. Number 9, Aranta Flores. And number 10, Unjin Lee. So definitely some shakeups in that as the race was going on. Again, one of our more exciting classes here is the ladies. If you're just joining us on Brinks TV here, we've got one final left, which is the main class here. It's called the Elite. They are you guessed it, the Elite riders. And actually, we're very excited that Brinks TV has joined us not only to stream our events to their audience and hopefully build up the awareness of MotoSurf, but they have also actually put their money where their mouth is, and they're sponsoring the Elite Class Championship, which is now called the Brinks Cup. So I know everybody's very excited to be the first champion of the Brinks Cup. There can only be one, though, so we're about to see how this plays out and how we're doing for the championship. I'm being joined by a fellow American here, Anthony Squire. What's going on, Anthony?
Could be better.
There was a lot of chaos in that race.
Yeah, it was the start was a mess. We had some big waves out there. It was a good ride, tough ride. Everybody did well. We had some challenges. It's racing, could have been worse, could have been better, but just happy to be
You're
here.
in one piece. You're in Sweden.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just time for ice cream. So
That's right. Dude, I'm with you. Once we get this one out of the way, I'm going and getting myself some gelato. And if you are just joining us, this is Bastad, Sweden, also known as the Riviera of Sweden. It is a popular summer destination for Swedes. The permanent residents here number 5,000, but it doubles during the summer from April to September. There's a lot of shopping. There's obviously beaches, shopping, food, lots of coffee, lots of gelato. Bastad is also known for tennis. I'm not sure if you guys knew that or not, but it actually hosts the ATP World Tour, and they get 20,000 spectators for that. And Bastad also boasts having the biggest tennis complex in Sweden with the most courts. So that's why they host the ATP World Tour. Anthony, when are you going to move up and go for this Brinks Cup?
Well, this is brand new as of this weekend that we found out, so would have been good information to have previous. But I'm just glad to see that there is something, coming into the sport to bring in some money, to bring in some new viewers. It all helps. We just got to, it's a very small niche sport. So getting this to more viewers, hopefully we can get some more riders all over the world, not only racing, but just recreational riding as well.
Yeah, and that's with any sport, right? You need people to participate in it at all levels for the sport to grow.
Yes, because this is definitely a more recreational sport than racing as far as if you look at the amount of boards sold every year. Most are for recreational use. Only a small percentage really, push the limits and come out and race.
Not everybody's a psycho, Anthony.
Yeah, not everybody wants to travel the world and waste a bunch of money. They're smarter than us, I guess. So we got some of the elite guys coming out right now. Looks like that is Alex Lukeshire. He's finally had a good race, this weekend. He's had some challenges in the past couple this year, but really excited to see him doing well. And I know in that last heat he had a fall and brought it back from the back. So we'll see how he does here. I'm sure he's going to have a really good start and do well. But I know these guys in the second, third, fourth place are going to be pushing hard to catch up and pass him. So this will definitely be the most interesting race of the day, I would say. So should be great for the viewers. Hope everybody's tuning in, and should be good.
Yep, so you're going to see on their shorts, they're going to have numbers. So that's going to be basically their qualification standings going into the final. So obviously qualifying number 1 is Alex Schneider. Then wearing the number 2 shorts, we're going to have Lucas Kazan. Wearing the number 3 shorts, we're going to have Mateusz Novotny. Wearing the number 4, we're going to have Dominic Kostelecký, who was actually in our I think he was either in stock or masters. We also have, with the number 5 shorts, Oliver Navarra. The number 6 shorts, Matej Kozicek. With the number 7 shorts, Daniel Provosnik. With the number 8 shorts, Jacob Kornfeld. The number 9, Yuri Wolf. And with the A, he scored an A, Marek Skamla. So here you go. We're getting a little bit of a view of the basically all the shops and stuff that are walking distance from the venue. That's where I keep getting all my coffee and gelato. As you can see, all the boats right here in the harbor. That's why they call it the Swedish Riviera. Everybody pulls their boats in there, docks it. There you go, those 2 tents, that's us. We're waving in here, you can't see us. That's fine, and then we get a nice view of the course for the final of the elite class or for the Brinks Cup Championship. Very exciting. And if you're listening at home, you can clearly hear the difference. If you've just listened to any of the other classes, you can clearly hear the difference in these MotoSurf boards. They are unlimited.
Yeah, modified to whatever they are able to do. So not really sure, again, what they're doing, but they've got some secrets.
They're doing it, whatever it is. All right, so here we got everybody in the starting formation. And again, if you're talking about the numbers on their shorts, from left to right, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see right there.
Yeah, green flag is up. Let's see. Green flag is down. They're going to launch. Looks like a pretty good start with everybody. I'm going to head out here for a little bit, and Lucas Sahorski is going to take over.
I take over the start because right now we can see an intense action happening here. The first place still belongs to Alex Schneider, who was starting on a pole position. Second goes Lukáš Kozon with number 2. With number 3 is Mateusz Novotny. So the first 3 riders are ordered just as they were. They choose different sides of the split. Novotny goes to the right side. Alex Schneider stays in the left. Who's going to come out first? Is it going to be Novotny or Schneider or Kozon? That's going to be the decisive moment right now. Schneider takes the first. Kozon takes the second. Novotny joins on the 3rd place. 4th goes Dominik Kadlec. 5th goes Oliver Navarra. 6th is Dan Provaznik. I think he has made an incredible progress from the 7th place. Look at that, they are flying. The current speed is over 40 or 50 kilometers per hour. On the straights we get onto the 60. These boards are pretty fast and you are watching the most intense class right now. So the order stays mostly the same on the first 5 spots. 6th is Daniel Provaznik. Wow, what an intense start. What do you think, Anthony, about that?
You know, it's good to see these guys because they're pushing way harder limits than any of us can with our stock boards. So impressive to see no one fell in that start, which, you know, is pretty rare these days. And they all have a pretty even gap. It looks like about a second between every rider. So still going strong. One person's taking the long lap. Looks like Kozicek, the hard racing team.
Yeah, he's trying to get out there and get himself some clear real estate so he doesn't have to deal with anybody's white water or anything else like that. So that's probably a good strategy, especially if you're in the pack, right? You want to get out there by yourself so you can lay your laps down.
It was a great start from Alex Schneider, who maintained all the pressure from the riders behind him and holds onto the first position like it's just his. On the 2nd place is currently still Lukáš Kozon, and the 3rd is Mateusz Novotny from Rocket Racing Team, which is actually a great team. Am I right, Anthony?
I've heard some good things.
Yeah, exactly. You know, listen to the Americans because they know the best. So Mateusz Novotny, 3rd place with number 3 on his shorts. 4th is Dominik Kadlec with number 4. 5th is Oliver Navarra with number 5. Thank you guys again for choosing the order that is in accordance with the racing shorts. That's a great thing to do. I don't see any tactical moves on the first 5 spots. The guys are still following each other. I think they've got 12 laps to do, so they're gonna hold it until the very end. They got just 2 tactical choices to make, and we can see the first ones happening. Jakub Kornfeld goes there with Jiří Wolf, but it's in the back of the track. Right now we are watching Mateusz Novotny on the third place. So number 1 still stays in the lead. That's Alex Schneider from Apex Pilots.
And these 3 guys, your 3 leaders here, seem to be gapping. Number 1 and 2 are staying close. They're gapping Mateus a little bit there, and then the gap from 3rd to 4th is also opening up.
Yeah, so I haven't seen any other riders taking that long lap yet, but let's see if 2nd or 3rd place decides to go. I've got a feeling they might. Nope, Lucas is going to just keep chasing down Alex. Mateus as well. Let's see what Dominic's going to do. Dominic, they're all going to continue going into the split, and it looks like everyone is taking the left split. I think everyone is scared of the right split now. It seems like the favorite option.
Yeah, you're pretty right, Anthony. We can see all of the guys following each other. Top 5 stays on the main course. 6th rider Daniel Provazny goes to the long lap right now. But the front just stays the same. Luke Scheider with number 1 still leading the race, and we are already in lap 4, so we got just 8 laps to go.
So it's gonna come down to when these guys decide to take their long laps. And
we've got Jakob Kornfeil going to go and take his. I think it's his first.
No,
it could be a second.
Anthony, it is second already, and he's going to join the race just in front or maybe in between the leaders. So he's going to get overlapped. But let's not forget, the leaders still haven't made that run on the longer lap. So basically, Jakub is making here tactical choices, which could result in a great finishing position for him.
Yeah, I think Alex is just trying to break away a little bit, but he can't. Lucas is just staying right there.
Yeah, Lucas is right on his tail, getting closer and closer, actually. Very impressive that he can stay riding in that white water. And
let's now watch the tactical choice made by Matyáš Novotný. Number 3 on his shorts goes out of the long lap and joins the course with a free water in front of him. So Luke Scheider is still leading, but Matyáš Novotný with number 3 has fallen down in the positions, not to the water, but has already made 1 long lap. So we will see if Luke Scheider reacts to this by his long lap. What do you think, Anthony? What's going to be his move?
On the TV now, we have Alex and Lucas still neck and neck at the back there. Let's see who throws their hand up and goes ahead and takes it. I'm sure one's going to. Whether it's Alex or Lucas, we're not too sure. Let's see. No hand. We've got a nope, they're going to keep going.
I think what is number 2, Lukas Kozon, trying to do is just to keep the pace with Alex, because he knows Alex, number 1, is very fast. And he goes, I think he plays it safely on the 2nd place.
You know, I think he may be trying to push Alex and kind of get in his head and say, you know, I'm right here waiting for you to make a mistake. And I'm sure Alex can hear him back there, especially in the split. So Alex might just be getting a little nervous, and Lucas just waiting for that opportunity.
That's Lucas's deal right now, right? He's trying to put pressure on him, make him mess up. When Alex takes the long lap, do we think Lucas is going to follow him?
It depends on who's in front and who's behind them. If there's anybody close, I feel like he's going to follow Alex. But if there's fresh water in front, I think Lucas is going to try make some ground and get ahead of Alex.
These 2 riders, the leaders, still didn't do any of the long laps, and they are not doing it. And we are now already in the 7th lap, just with 5 laps to go.
Number 2, Lucas, just caught a buoy. He got stood up a little bit, but he did not go down. All right, and they're exiting the split here. We got 2 more, and then they will go through the finish line. On screen, number 4, Dominic Kadlec, putting in a good race in 3rd.
He's got some fresh water in front of him. I think he's going to make some good time. He's been a really strong rider this season, and happy to see him out there doing well. Again, last year he had a couple mechanical issues, but this year the board seems to be doing great. He seems to be doing even better. Going in that left split, you got Yuri Wolf behind him, and then Oliver Navarro behind him as well. Mateus Novotný also entering the split. Let's see, we got Alex over. He still has not taken that long lap. Same with Lucas Kozon.
And we are already in 8th lap, and we can see they still didn't do that. And just like a few meters in front of them is Matyáš Novotný, who was 3rd. So Matyáš has already done 2 runs to the longer lap, and now he's running on the clear water, just as Luke Scheider and Kozon. So it will all come down to the endurance and performance of the rider himself, because we are now after 8 minutes of racing already. It's going to get tougher and tougher as we are heading to the finish.
Number 4, Dominic, on our screen. He's about to duck out and take his long lap.
Going to be interesting. There's a row of guys coming through, so we'll see where he gets put. It looks like he's going to come out behind Mateus Novotný. and then he should have a little bit of open water. But it looks like Lucas Kazan has fallen back about a buoy away from Alex. I don't know what exactly happened there.
Maybe he's getting
I think
tired.
he made some small mistake and he's losing a little bit of distance, so he's not in the contact with Alex anymore, which means this could be, you know, a bad information for Lucas, because Alex was really keeping the pace of this small group.
Yeah, I think Lucas is getting a little bit tired, which is causing those mistakes.
But if you see on the TV now, we're following Alex. He finally took his first long lap. So did Lucas. The problem is that looks like Dan Pravaznik is now in between Alex and Lucas. So that's going to slow him down greatly, I do believe.
Exactly. When you get this, you know, slower rider in front of you, you just cannot overpass him. You choose different side of the split. You lose a bit time there, and in the end, it can result in losing the podium finish. So we'll see how it all plays down for Lukas Kozon with number 2 on his shore. Now we are watching Alex Lukscheider with a comfortable lead on the first place. Behind him, Dan Pravaznik, who is, I think, 1 lap behind. Or no, he's on the racing order, so he does not need to let Lucas go, but he has already done 2 jokers, or I don't know. I think he's in the race still with them, so he's not obligated to let them go.
It's tough with these 12 laps, as I'm sure you remember back when you were racing the 12, but it's very hard to keep up with all these guys. You know, some of them fall in the water, some of them get lapped, some are taking their long laps early or late. So it's very difficult to tell who's who in what position. So you can see on the screen there, Pravaznik is behind Alex quite far back, and Lucas is just still there, but they both need to take their long lap. Alex has started to take his. Lucas now has the opportunity to catch back up to Alex, as long as they don't get stuck behind a slower rider over here. And it looks like we have Jakob Kornfeil and Alex, but Jakob is having some board issues. I don't know if you guys can tell on the screen, but
And look at that, leaving out of the split is Lukas Kozon, Matthias Novotny, and Matthias Novotny gets in front of Lukas Kozon. So during these tactical moves, he made one position to get in front of Lukas Kozon. Jakob Kornfeil, because the board issues, letting Matthias Novotny with number 3 go. So now we got leader Alex Lukscheider with number 1, Matthias Novotny with number 3 on 2nd place, and Lukas Kozon on 3rd place. Whoa, look at that, he almost lost it in the split. This is the leader, Alex Lukscheider with number 1 on his shorts.
About to go through the finish line. We can only have about 2 or 3 laps left here. Alex has done with the number 1 shorts. Alex has done both of his long laps now, so we're just trying to finish out the rest of the moto.
so Jakob Kornfeil ended up falling in the split. He was letting the riders pass him. He's having some board issues. You can definitely tell it's not operating at its full power. So definitely sad to see that happen for a rider. It's one thing if you make a mistake, but when it's out of your control and you have a board issue, you just get, you know, it's never a good day.
But that's some of the risk of running the elite class, right? You're trying to get maximum power, but that kind of hurts reliability.
Look at that, Alex Lukscheider crossing on the 1st place, followed by Matthias Novotny with number 3 and with number 2 Lukas Kozon. And I think we're heading to the finishing line. Number 1, Alex Lukscheider is going to cross the finishing line.
One more lap.
One more lap, all right, sorry. You know, they are so fast that I thought they already done it.
They've been out there for a long time, so it definitely seemed like it was going to be that time. You can tell they're getting tired.
Well, the water, look how rough the water is as well.
It was wavy, I will say. It's definitely not like it was this morning, but Alex is doing strong. He's still going. It looks like Mateus is still behind him, and then Lucas Kazan, and then Dominik Kadlik in the 4th place position.
Yeah, you're pretty right, and we are in the last lap, so I think if nothing goes wrong for Alex, he could bring his premier victory of this season. He's been struggling in Fujairah in UAE, he's been struggling in Utsikt in Poland, but finally it all came back together for this young Czech rider from Apex Pilots, and he looks like he's gonna bring the victory home. 2nd is number 3, Matthias Novotny from Rocket Racing, and 3rd is Lukas Kozon from Klima Race. Are they going to finish in this order? I believe so. Lukscheider is getting closer to the finishing line, and he waves, and he wins it. The winner
Alex Lukscheider
of the
taking
elite class, Alex Lukscheider.
and the first winner of a Brinks Cup final here in the elite class.
Following him was Matthias Novotny in the 2nd place. Looked like Lucas was able to bring in that 3rd place. On the screen now is Dominik Kadlik getting a 4th place, doing a wonderful job, starting and finishing in that same position. It was a tough fight for these guys. We've got quite a few riders battling the last lap out in the split. Let's see who's able to take it. We've got Yuri Wolf on the screen now, but I do think he was probably past Not too sure. And then we've got Kostelecký should be taking 5th. He's crossing the finish line now. Then Oliver Navarra probably in the 6th place position. We've got another rider coming through. It looks like Jakob Kornfeil. So the board is working, just not at the full power. And then taking it in the back, we've got Dan Pravaznik in the last place. But good fight overall for everybody. Really excited to see this race.
I must tell you, it was a great fight, and not only we saw a great fighting between these two riders and the top riders generally, but we saw a great views from the camera. I mean, the small details that we saw. Thank you, Brinks TV, for having us, because I was having a blast during this final. Even though I was, constantly trying to talk, I was really enjoying it. So this is it, the podium finish.
Here you go. Here's our results. Finishing in first from Czech, Alex Lukscheider. Did not see the rest of it. I think it was Mateus.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Mateus
Mateus
Novotny
Novotny.
2nd, Lucas Kozan 3rd, and then Kadlik.
All Czech podium in the elite class, as usual.
Well, that was it. That was our elite final. Thank you to guys here, Anthony Squire, one of our competitors, and Lucas Sahorski, 6-time world champion. Thank you guys for jumping in here and helping me announce this. We got some donuts going on out there. But thank you guys for joining us here for the first ever Brinks Cup Elite race here in Bastad, Sweden. So yeah, everybody on Brinks TV, thank you. Thank you, Brinks TV. And thank you, Bastad, Sweden. We will see you for the next round of the MotoSurf World Championship.